like a guy cosplaying as a penguin who was attracted to to a 2D girl.
Oh wait, what? Wait, no, is that the guy cosplaying as penguin?
Yeah.
Oh, was that a penguin?
It's a guy cosplaying as a penguin.
I guess because what I remember is like they put like a anime penguin girl in a penguin shelter.
Yeah, he's holding the anime penguin girl.
Okay. Okay. I guess I may not remember this photo.
This is just someone cosplaying as the penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Andrew Tate. Yeah, I know. Susan's already watching us now. So thing about him is like I personally think he's a contradiction in nature. Like he exhibits all the signs of an incel. Right? Let's be honest.
Okay, I just saw the
penguin.
The photo, yeah, the penguin guy. By the way.
The cursed penguin.
Yeah, that just looks like some horrid thing.
It sums up my mind perfectly. You have a cute anime girl on one side, and then you have this thing in the back. I entice you to follow, join the cult of Koki by cute anime girls, and this is what you get in the end. So yeah.
This is like a perfect trap scheme of some sort.
Okay, so as I was saying, like so Tate is a contradiction in human biology, for lack of better words. See, normally incels tend to stay among themselves. They don't get laid, and it creates a self-perpetuating loop, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But Tate, on the other hand, he's gone laid, and he's somehow exhibited which is contradictory to every incel. The entire point of incel is they can't get laid. So you get where I'm going with this, right? The entire point is his existence is a contradiction. As in his personality, everything about him indicates a person who cannot succeed. As in, sure, there are guys who are, who pay, I like to call them fake chads. Let's take Dan Bilzerian, okay? He's, you know Dan. Everyone knows Dan. But thing about Dan Bilzerian is he didn't go for an extremely sexist point of, the way of handling stuff. Yeah, it's a bit sexist, but not to the point where women stay in the kitchen.
Okay.
Or one man can have sex with multiple women, but the opposite couldn't be done. Yeah, okay, I mean, like, so everything Andrew Tate pushes is sexist to the point of being an incel. However, he's reached a point where he's on paper at least successful. Yeah, sure, it's by selling courses and all that, but it's not like the pickup artist courses or anything of that sort.
I guess he was. I don't know what's going on now. He just got kicked out of all the major platforms.
Yeah, he got kicked out of major platforms because funny things. Incels were the extreme incels were classified as a terrorist by the FBI.
Whoa!
I mean, it's classified as a major a potential terror network, which.
Damn!
I mean, which if you look at, let's say, many of them, they tend to. Many of them have become school shooters. Like the earlier, before this entire Islamic fear thing, these guys were classified as a major threat.
Makes sense.
And given that, people are kind of. How I put it? I'm sorry. I was blacking out a bit. Given that people are kind of giving up on the Islamic terror thing, they're going back to domestic groups. Incels are being the spotlight.
I see.
Especially among law enforcement. And you have a guy, a contradiction in nature, who's encouraging men to be, violent towards women.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, heard of Monkey Jones? Okay, so Monkey Jones, back in the day, he was I think he's still active. He's a YouTuber who's who had edgy content. He's not an incel. He just had videos parodying incels. Like there was one guy who was a school shooter.
Okay.
So he had videos parodying him where he built a shrine for him and shit like that. But thing is, the parody was at certain points parody becomes a bit too realistic. That it was rumored that the FBI sent YouTube a cease and desist letter saying that they have to terminate his channel. Also, YouTube will be investigated for supporting terrorism.
Damn.
This is allegedly.
Okay.
The only thing we know is that his channel was taken out without the 3-strike thing. They just removed his channel. Then more edgy creators than him were maintained their audience space. So it's the possibilities that since his thing is incel based, he's making content on incel, he's possibly a threat. In fact, one guy, YouTuber.
That's interesting. I didn't know that about the FBI.
The FBI, funny thing, the FBI even investigates animal extremism. So a few days back, I went through a couple of highly redacted documents. And guess what I found? I found one on PETA and the Animal Liberation Front.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, so but thing about this interesting thing is, so I decided, okay, let me hear the other side. I was all allegedly, okay? Nothing's been proven, so don't sue me, PETA. So PETA's official statement on this was like, they didn't condemn the ALF.
What?
They didn't. Let me just see if I can pull it up. PETA ALF.
No, but you just said like official statement.
No.
What kind of an official statement is that?
They didn't. What's PETA's position in the Animal Liberation Front? Let me pull this up. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna put this on the back because they can copyright strike me for the logo. If they want. Okay, so PETA. Oh god, I don't want these ads. Block. I don't want notifications from you guys. So what's PETA's position on the Animal Liberation Front? So throughout history, some people have felt the need to break the law in order to fight injustice. The Underground Railroad and the French Resistance are both examples of people breaking the law in order to combat injustice. PETA is a legal activist organization, but we realize that other groups have different methods. We try not to condemn any efforts in behalf of animals in which no one is harmed. The ALF, which is simply the name adopted by people acting illegally on behalf of animal rights, breaks inanimate objects such as stereotaxic devices and decapitators in order to save lives. It burns empty buildings in which animals are tortured and killed. ALF raids, quote-unquote raids, have provided proof of horrific cruelty that would not have been discovered or believed otherwise. They have resulted in officials filing of criminal charges against laboratories, the citing of experiments for violation of the Animal Welfare Act, and in some cases the shutting down of abusive labs for good. Often ALF raids have been followed by widespread scientific condemnation of the practice occurring in the targeted labs. Anyone can be an activist. It does not take any special skills or superhuman abilities. You just need to care enough about animals to want to help them. That's the official statement.
The problem, that definition is the problem. That there is the problem with activism.
No, see, the problem is I'm telling you, see, countries which have actually funded extremists, they themselves take a much more, hands-off stance. They'll be like, we have nothing to do with it. Maybe some of our people, some of our members would do it, but we strongly condemn them for doing. These guys are like, we don't condemn them. Anyone can be an activist. bro, go out there and burn labs, okay?
Oh my god.
See, the thing about this is like, first of all, most of the stuff they say is factually incorrect. And second of all, burning a lab isn't not hurting anyone.
Yeah, it's if there's animals stuck inside.
Forget that. Let's say hypothetically.
And on top of that, no, I'm talking in terms of the logic of these own people. Like, if you're saying you're going to help animals, and if there's animals stuck inside in cages in those whatever these locations, you're cooking that shit alive.
Which is good for us non-vegans because we can go eat that stuff. No, but jokes aside, like what
Oh
they
my
what they're
God.
pushing is like, see, the ALF is known for arson. They're known for burning stuff up. Now let's say
Actually.
I've always given this example. Okay, let's say you're like you're like a lower middle class chap. Okay,
Okay.
you run a roadside stall which cooks chicken.
Okay.
Let's say a bunch
Oh
of these.
my goodness.
Let's
Yeah, I'm just immediately I'm just imagining all the types of things that can go wrong.
You're just a normal guy, living life, trying to do his best, feed his family, and then a bunch of quote unquote animal rights activists come and burn your place down.
Yeah.
Yep. Or like, this is an argument my dad gave to a vegan relative of mine. So he asked her, "Why are you vegan?" Like, there's nothing wrong. Be open to me. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally did, but that's a different story.
I know. Carry on.
So it went something like that. She's like, "I'm vegan because of what did she say? Something about limited resources. I don't know. Meat they require more resources. She said something about limited resources, conservation or some shit like that. So
What? Do you know how much water some plants gobble up?
I forgot that. Rice is one of the biggest producers.
Yeah.
But you can say the same thing about cows. That's a different argument. So my dad just asked a simple thing: how many tigers are out there? How many elephants are out there? Now tell me, how many cows and chickens are out there? By eating animals, and my dad's a vegetarian. He's a vegetarian due to health concerns, not this crap, but he's a vegetarian.
Scrap.
So he brought up, actually, if you're for religious purposes or let's say health reasons, I have nothing against vegans or vegetarians. Sometimes
Yeah, you eat what you want to eat.
Yeah,
Like at the same if at the same table, one guy can eat non-veg, one guy can eat veg, one person can eat like vegan food, while another can do all that pescatarian, and then there's vegetarian, all that. If you can all eat your own food at the same table and not crib to the other person, that's wonderful. You eat what you want to eat. Don't push it on somebody else.
just don't judge each other.
Yeah.
So his argument is, it's actually a pretty good argument. It's like the only way you can, that species is going to exist in for the foreseeable future is if we eat it. As in, we as humans take an active role in preserving creatures that produce sustenance to us. Like tigers, you can't eat a tiger. Actually, yes, you can eat a tiger, but it's not chicken.
Yeah.
And it's like, and for legal
I
purposes.
feel like weirdly that would be the best way to revive any population that is going to go extinct.
Okay, but for legal purposes, we are just joking about eating tigers. It's Government of India, this is a hypothetical, okay? We have no intention of doing that. Okay, for context, who was watching, eating tigers or peacocks is considered a criminal offense in this country.
No, but just for comedy purposes.
Yeah, you can
I feel like the logic that you said, like by that logic, any animal that is any species that is going to go extinct, just make it a delicacy. All the population will come back up.
Isn't that what happened to emus and ostriches?
I don't actually know of a practical example of that.
I know that ostrich eggs are now a delicacy.
Oh yeah, that I knew, but I didn't know like whether they was going to go extinct and now they're back because people wanted to eat the eggs or something like that.
I mean, it's
that I don't know.
I mean, it just coincidentally happened at the same time.
Where is this again? Is this like in a specific place?
No, see, ostrich eggs are something which people like to eat.
No, I mean like this whole ostrich and emu thing you're describing. Is it like a global thing or?
What, the eggs being a delicacy?
Yeah, and is it connected to the joke we made about increasing the population?
I don't think it was an active attempt to increase the population. It just started off as some rich guy made an omelette of ostrich eggs and realized that it tastes good.
It's always some person who has this moment of weakness.
What,
It wasn't it the same with AIDS? I mean, not eating, but yeah.
I hope it's eating and not what I think you're implying.
No, AIDS wasn't eating. I'm pretty sure that is documented.
I mean, you come
Or
in.
I might have my information wrong.
I don't want to look. It's possible that someone came in close contact with a gorilla and that's how they got AIDS.
Yeah,
Or someone decided to do the dirty with a monkey and they got AIDS.
that's what I've heard about.
That's a joke. I don't think it's a reality.
I see. That's the thing. I don't know.
I think it's like a really. It's a joke. It's a really edgy joke.
Because for me, that the only piece of information I've heard about like AIDS and the source of the disease and stuff like that is that joke.
No, it's most probably it's a zoonotic disease. It came from a silver black gorilla. That much we know, and it's most probably due
Okay,
to,
yeah. There's no way you're doing the dirty with a silverback. It's probably eating.
No, it is eating because many what called insurgency groups in like the sub-Saharan Africa to the deep south, but where the silverbacks exist, they have a habit of eating the silverback.
Yeah, then it makes way more sense than it is eating, because the second you said it was specifically a silverback, I'm like, that thing is 10 times your size. No way you're doing anything with it.
I mean, maybe the gorilla likes it. I don't know. I'm not judging monkeys.
Okay. I mean, technically, that's the rule about thing, right? Those things can't give consent, so.
No, what I'm trying to say is that what if we're all wrong about what if a gorilla did it with a human, not the opposite?
Oh, right, yeah, that has actually happened before.
Wait, it has?
Yeah, there's like news of that. Like, there's yes.
A gorilla going down on a human.
Not, I don't think it was a gorilla specifically. I don't know which monkey it was.
Okay, so it's a big ape.
Yeah, some big ape. It was close to like a population center or something. It just picked up one guy and it just dragged him to like become.
No.
Yeah.
It's like that cursed doujin that the author of Nagatoro wrote. There's one where a girl falls into a. Yeah, I know. I'm never gonna get monetized, so I can talk about this. So there's one.
Yeah, but that is. I saw an actual like news report about the thing. So that is something that has happened. I was like, oh, poor guy.
So
poor guy.
So the author of Nagatoro wrote one about a girl who's thrown into a pen of chimpanzees or something like that. And they go to town on her.
Damn.
So the and thing is, like a choose your own adventure, there are two alternative endings. One where she escapes, the other one where she decides to stay with the monkeys. And my question
okay.
And my question is, who is this targeted towards?
Oh, right, yeah.
What sort of sick human would read this and be like, yes, that's some really good stuff. It's a fucking monkey.
I don't remember. Now I don't even remember if it was a monkey or what.
Whatever creature it is, I feel bad for any human that had to endure that.
Yeah, that's ouch.
But now we know where this Japanese manga artist got his inspiration from.
I guess so.
He saw the news and he's like, yes, I could work with that. While the rest of the world was horrified, he saw potential. Okay, as someone in chat is really concerned about what we're talking about. Wait a minute, is that Edward Snowden?
Oh,
Edward
yeah,
Snowden is
that's Edward, yes. Edward is, how do I put this? That's son. It's, yes. I don't know. The explanation will be, yeah.
I'm a huge fan, Snowden. Aren't you the guy that cracked the NSA code? Now we can help us.
Well, I'm supposed to, how do I put this?
Friend of yours?
No, son.
Your son.
My son, yeah.
I've been away for a few months and you already have kids. Damn Fuji, you're being busy. Now, how are we going to explain to your son why we're talking about cross contamination?
Sex ed, son.
No, this ain't sex ed, it's cross contamination. See, sex ed is just birds and the bees. This is clearly cross contamination.
This is the more R18 plus dangerous one version.
No, this ain't even R18. This is stuff that should not exist, but for some reason exists.
This is, how do I put this? This is more like a complete, like, fully warning side. There's nothing good about this.
This is why sometimes I think the Republicans are right about guns.
Okay.
You know, if a monkey comes to you can always shoot it. Just saying.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not like I'm condoning animal violence. That is wrong. I'm just endorsing self-defense.
Act of self-defense, yes. Act of self-defense is different. Yeah.
Act of self-defense is perfectly fine. You know, now I think about, I'm actually, you know, after hearing a lot of stories, maybe Stalin wasn't Joseph Stalin. Okay, so for context, we're watching Joseph Stalin wanted to make monkey human super soldier hybrids, super soldiers, hybrid super soldiers. Back in
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the OG Winter Soldier was a monkey.
OG Winter Soldier.
So the OG Winter Soldier was an orangutan, like it was a hypothetical orangutan.
Visually, the visual reference I have is like the super soldiers from What is the name of the game? Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
No, but they just like Wolfenstein super soldiers just jacked up humans. In mech suits for some reason.
Yeah, that was very weird to look at. I was like, do either of the two. Either make a Hulk or make an Iron Man. Why do you have a mix of both of them?
Fuji, have you seen the KKK interacting with the Nuno Germans in Wolfenstein?
No.
Oh yeah, like, you know, if you're like just roaming around town, you can see the KKK interacting with the Nuno Germans.
No, I don't have
So it's something like
knowledge of that.
So Nuno Germans like, this is supposed to be my American counterpart. He's like pathetic when he sees them.
Oh shit.
No German teaches the KKK English. Imagine that.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Wait, why do those guys need to be taught English again?
so it's a joke on, you know, most.
Oh,
of
it's
the
like a
KKK.
joke. Okay.
So it's like, so thing, most of the KKK usually tend to be from rural backgrounds with little education.
But then, no, but you know some language,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So the grammar isn't correct.
Oh, the grammar. Okay.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Meanwhile, most Nono Germans tend to be highly educated.
It's just the no Germans is getting to me.
No, I can't say the word. That is one word that we cannot say on stream.
No, that's fine. It's I don't know why it's making me laugh.
It's either no Germans or naughty Germans.
Yeah, I guess we'll go with no Germans. Naughty Germans just makes it sound completely different.
Naughty Germans makes it sound like, see, think, given that Germans have been stereotyped for what Rihanna likes to call S&M.
Huh.
I
may not have gotten that reference, but yeah.
I'll just put it in chat. Yeah, you can see it. I don't want the kids on chat to watch. The Germans Germans and Austrians have a stereotype associated with that. So calling them naughty Germans tends to, you know, move it away from the horrendous stuff that the Germans did,
got it.
and to stuff that that, you know, we can talk on a different streaming platform about.
Got it.
Okay, the Snowden we're talking about. So Germans have a stereotype, like a really bad stereotype. I'm telling you, most Germans are not like that. But Fuji, you want to tell them? He's your kid.
You can go ahead.
He's your kid.
Yeah, no, I'm not spoiling things for my kid.
Okay, so
But
Germans.
he needs to know in the real world what happens.
No, this app doesn't happen in the real world. So all the Germans.
No, I mean just knowledge. Like I don't need to filter it down for him.
Okay, so there's a stereotype that Germans like BDSM. Okay. And if you want to know what BDSM is, just Google it.
It's funny because I myself didn't know that, so there's no chance I would have told him that.
Okay. And if you want to know what it is, just Google it. Okay, I'm going to explain that over here. So calling the no Germans, naughty Germans would. Oh, I cannot see. No, we're not putting it up on screen, okay?
How many like images or visuals? That is a big no.
Now, see, if I
This
put up.
is just like an audio knowledge right now.
Now, if I put it. So I'll just say Germany before 1945. That's all.
Mm-mm.
Because if I put up anything, I'll be eaten out of this platform.
Mm.
That's it. No, I'll be banned from YouTube. So bringing up the the funny thing about the no Germans is I actually found a video coding texture for that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't make it. I just found one on.
No, I know you found it. I think you had mentioned that you accidentally came across something on the thing.
I came across one in Picro which I verified. Actually, I have it on I have the Picro one, but the V-Roy one was a bit too, and it was less no German, more no German porno. If you get what I mean.
Okay.
It's not like that, but it's like instead of just a black uniform, it's like a leather black uniform. So you know what they're going for.
I see.
What's he trying to tell me, bro? I'm saying Nazi.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah. We were talking about. Oh, okay. He's talking code. Yes, we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah, no Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was talking about. Couldn't see the visuals of the no Germans.
See, son is quite smart.
He's
Good.
highly intelligent.
Good. You are winning, son. I crown you winning, son.
How many kids do you have?
One.
Just
One. That's enough.
Just one. You didn't go around populating the world.
Nope. One.
It's like I leave.
See, this is gonna sound even more funny. I didn't make him the kid. He made me the dad.
Oh, so he adopted himself and handed himself to you.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. So let me see if I think they removed the no German outfit.
I mean, makes sense.
I mean,
They have a good moderating system then.
I don't know. I mean, but I say every now and then one thing I notice is people tend to remove their stuff after a certain time.
Oh, it might also be because of like a cultural gap thing where the person didn't understand, and then when they got it, they're
no,
like,
Fuji, no Germans are all the craze out there.
no, okay. Oh no, I meant like because there's been like a prime example of like a few content creators from JP not realizing.
Oh yeah, hi Silver.
Hey Silver, welcome in. It's been a while. Nice to meet you again.
Okay.
But yeah, continue with you about what you.
I'm just going through the store. Let me see if there's anything interesting in the wrong way. Oh yeah, so one thing I found over here was I found the BDSM rope thingy on Viroid.
What?
Yeah, I found that as well.
I mean, you did say that before, but now you just out and said it. But wait, what did?
Yeah, I found the bondage rope texture on Viroid once.
What?
So I mean in both.
Oh, like the one where you can wear it like a cloth.
Yeah, so it's like it's basic.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I got what you're saying.
Ah yes, and they have the Virgin Killer hoodie. I mean the Virgin Killer sweater. Wait, this is like too horny. Even.
Oh no. You know shit has gotten worse when V-Rod is getting horny.
Oh, V-Rod was always horny, but I didn't expect it to be this horny.
No. How do I put this? Okay. Not to say anything like project anything on anybody. It's just my personal view. But V-Rod horny sounds the way Roblox or Minecraft horny sounds.
Yes and no. Maybe it's because you're part of the VROID community that it feels wrong for you.
Maybe, I guess so. I don't know.
Because VROID.
Technically, I also have Minecraft now, so that's a different thing.
Wait, but lace underwear VROID for free.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's more like.
Food. It's not like any. Let me just.
No, that's
say,
more common. That's more common, I'd say.
It's more common, but no one's gonna stream wearing that on Twitch or YouTube.
That's probably more for a different platform.
Yeah, it's for. Okay, generic multi-uniform. The walls is there.
That's Damn, B-roid entrepreneurship.
I mean, aren't we all more or less involved in that?
Well, some in different ways than others. We have to clarify that.
I mean, like any platform, there's always a wide
Yeah,
range
there's
of
always yes.
And for full context, I'm not condemning anyone who's doing this. You do you.
Yeah, you enjoy yourself. You as long as no one is getting harmed or anything,
Yeah, see, you do you. You're gonna make.
go get him.
You go for the bag.
Enjoy.
Go for the bag.
Yeah. Oh, that's a new one. I've not heard that one. Go for the what? Go for the bag.
The bag.
Ah.
It's like bag of money.
You say that immediately I got that rap song in my head that my money don't jiggle.
Well, someone's done a really cool rap quote. That's cool. Walls is here. Yeah, another free lace underwear.
There you'll find a lot of those. That's very common.
Yeah, I mean I found naked skin textures as well. So.
Oh right, yeah.
There's one for a cowgirl, as in a girl dressed as a cow.
Yes.
It's really well done. 600 yen.
Hey, not too bad.
It's pretty expensive compared to stuff I do, but it's pretty well done. Oh, it's the beta model. It's not even the complete model. It's the beta model.
Oh.
You want to see it?
Is that OG shit?
It's the OG shit. It's like early access.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't put it on stream because it's.
Yeah, chat. You'll have to use the power of your brain cells.
You have to use your imagination because if I do it, I get all 3 strikes in one go.
That's well done.
Yeah, really well done, right?
Yup. Oh my god, that's well done. Okay. I'm gonna close the tab now. That's well done.
It's something.
Yeah, chat, understand from my reactions.
It's something that how do I put it? It's not for everyone.
Yeah. Acquired taste, yes.
No, you can't even call it an acquired taste. It's like a really specific taste.
Niche.
It's really niche.
No, is niche? Okay, niche makes sense.
It's a niche taste. Wait a minute. I have naked bunny girls here for some reason.
Oh, wait. Cookie, increase that sentence. Add more context.
I mean, I'm going through VROID Studio and.
Okay.
So it's called Beautiful Skin Textures for VROID Girl. Beautiful Skin Texture for VROID Girl. Okay, the skin texture, but. Whoever did this is really good at advertising. That much I'm just gonna put it out there. So for context, just take my word for it. It's a bunch of naked bunny girls covering their private parts.
Oh, it's like one of those anime, like the cover photo kind of. Yeah.
It's more like the cover of the Playboy of a 1980s Playboy magazine.
Yeah. You know what? The abs are like the stomach looks very realistic. I mean, like for what is usually the norm.
See, actually, if you look at these skin textures which get independent of the default ones, they're usually pretty well done. But most of
I
us,
think I just hadn't seen that before, like the app thing.
I mean, given that most of us don't,
Oh, okay. I kept on like clicking right. There's
there's more.
ah
Don't worry, there's more.
no, there's size options as well.
See, size option is inbuilt. You can increase the size or reduce the size in Virat Studio.
Yeah, no, but the person has put up the size options over here, like
Yeah, this person's really good at selling this.
yeah.
Let's see who else is there. And they're pretty wholesome stuff as well, but
Oh, definitely.
you know, the horny stuff balances out the wholesome stuff.
It's like that artist meme, like where the artist wants to do like very nice, pretty kind of art or whatever kind of art they want to do, and then they're not making enough for whatever financially, and then somebody comes up with like a like a customer comes with like a commission or something that I want so and so like horny commission. The artist like I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. And then while they're saying no, the customer just drops the fat stack and they're like, okay, I'm gonna drop. Just drop the stack of money.
See, in all honesty, I've seen the opposite.
Oh, really?
So, one thing, you know, many doujin artists, they start off drawing horny stuff and they move towards more wholesome stuff.
They acquire the taste for the true art.
No, because all things given, funny stuff is tougher to draw than wholesome stuff. So, you know, once you go through hell.
Yeah, and even like putting aside the context of the funny stuff, that gives you really, really, really good and skilled read of anatomy if you do it right.
Yeah, about that.
If you do it in a particular manner, that's in a realistic anatomical manner.
Yeah, because one thing I'll tell everyone is, doujins are not a substitute for learning the birds and the bees. Okay, I'll just put it out there. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it's like they go pig wild with that shit.
Well, see, then again, I don't have any experience of having seen like doujins.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Fuji, you would have dabbled in it at least once.
No, I've seen like the moving stuff. I told you, I'm like Connor.
Oh, okay.
Like,
now, I'm not talking about doing it for. You get
no,
what I'm saying?
just viewing it in whatever sense. I've never seen a doujin. That's what I'm saying.
No, so see, I see it more in the artistic sense than. You know, I'm like, okay, this artist is good. This author is good. This thing is cursed. They should use this shit in Ginto. I mean, stuff like that. There are a couple of them which in all honesty are the most cursed stuff I've read. And I've read a lot. Okay. Okay, Silver's gotten excited. So Silver, you've read the Silver, have you read the cursed stuff like Metamorphosis or the one with the monkeys?
Oh, we're going out with names. Let's go.
I only remember one. I only remember one because.
See, the only reason I know I remember that with the name is because you told me.
Yeah, you sent me like I'm not gonna name the person. You sent me the thumbnail of one of their videos, and I'm like, wait a minute, why does you gave me PTSD? Okay, when you sent me that, I'm like, oh no, it's the girl from Metamorphosis. Why you do this to me? It's one of the most cursed stuff that's ever known to man.
I never saw it. I never went to look out for it. I've only heard about it from people who have seen it. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
No, I went in search of it because, how to put it, intrigued me. People talk so much about it. I'm like,
yeah, see, that's the thing. Usually, I also get that where I get intrigued to sometimes an unhealthy level. But with that, when I heard the stuff, I was like, you know what? Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't wanna like say too much about myself, but It was like that meme where it was like, I know I'm the devil and all, but chill.
So think
It
about
was like that with me and the curiosity. I was like, I know I'm very badly curious and all about this shit, but chill. I don't want
no,
to. Nah. I'm not gonna go into that.
and apparently Silver Zed both of them by looks of things.
Oh my god.
Now see, think about metamorphosis is it's like it can get worse, can it? And yes, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I've seen worse stuff, Silver, but think about metamorphosis, it's psychologically traumatizing. It's like, see, normally you have a messed up thing, and then they just cut it at the end. Okay, you get this goes into the after effects of, her crying and shit like that. Her crying, her going home and crying. You're like, you get what I mean. You don't want to see that.
Yes, I get what you mean.
You don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, see, when I heard all of that, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm not so curious about this one thing.
See, and the worst thing about this is, it's well done. I hate to admit, but it's well done.
Yeah.
It's well drawn.
Well, luckily I can't make any comments about that.
See, I mean, like, if it's some ugly shit, no one's gonna. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You don't care. You don't give 2 cents about it. It's really well done.
But wait, well done as in what metric? Art?
Art, yeah.
Okay.
And the author's like, yeah, based on true stories. I'm like, dude, why do you have to tell me that?
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm like, inspired by true stories. I'm like, how many messed up stories did you have to hear and mash it up into one story? Did you like hear 10 messed up stories and you're like, you know what would be cool if I mashed it up into one story?
I don't know, weirdly I got this in my head that please let it be not a single story and multiple stories.
Now see, if it's multiple stories, I'd say it's better than it being a single story due to the fact that if there's a person out there who's gone through this much, like, every day is worse than the previous day, then
Yeah, it's...
But on a brighter side, you can always use it for interrogation. Oh yeah, he's talking about the JoJo ending. Silver, that's non-canon. The JoJo ending is non-canon. Sadly, it's non-canon.
Damn.
No,
Sadly?
there's another ending where the entire thing's just a porno. And she's an actress.
Okay.
I mean, these are ways for people of Reddit to cope with. They're like, no, the JoJo ending is canon.
Oh no.
Josuke goes and turns back time and gives her a hand, gives her a second chance. Which is
I guess people trying to like force in a good ending, I guess.
I mean, there are more, as Saba said, there are more messed up ones, and then the author going back and trying to turn it into a messed up dream or something like that.
I see.
There's a really messed up one which reached the point where he had to go back and be like, guys, listen here, this is just my own fanfic. Don't take it seriously.
Oh. Damn, so literally the devil was like, oh, I know I'm the devil now, but chill, relax.
So what happened was, the one, the rom-com with the 5 girls, the quintessential quintuplets or something like that.
Yes.
So there's a
I've seen like the first half of the first season, which was like some time back.
It's a fun show.
I don't know, for me personally, it didn't like I didn't get interested in it in like the first few episodes. I was like,
No, it's extremely cliche. I'll give it that. And the ending, I'm not spoilers for anyone who's interested, but the ending is your best girl doesn't win. I'll just put it away. Your opinion of see, there are 5, so each one.
So wait, somebody does win in the end?
Yeah, among the 5, one of them wins. So. 80% of
you. Okay, but if you were to just keep on continuing that story after the one wins, isn't that just ultra weird afterwards?
Yeah, what's ultra weird in that?
For the rest.
Fuji, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the short-haired girl who lost. Okay. Figuratively, not literally. Okay. Don't take my words on that. Don't be like, okay, the short-haired girl's gonna lose.
No. I mean, like, if the story.
Oh, okay. So Silver's talking about Euphoria. Yes, Silver. I've seen that shit.
Oh, yes.
It's a game, by the way. I know about that.
Yeah.
Euphoria is not the same. It's just so bad. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I didn't understand Euphoria. Like, huh? Come again?
Okay, it's like a guy and a bunch of girls trapped in a room.
Yeah, it's you know what, like the how do I put this? I've seen the like okay, let's think about it a little bit before.
It's Tomodachi game. It's Tomodachi game, but
same
porno.
plot. I've seen like the same, like what was going on, but removing like the hardcore punishments and stuff, and removing the 18 plus stuff in Ben 10.
Fuji, it's Tomodachi game. It's basically Tomodachi game. They wake up in a room. You've seen Tomodachi game, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's one of the recent animes that came out that I watched. It's like, I know people are gonna be like, no, Koki, you're wrong. This came out first, but it's basically Squid Game.
Okay.
So what happens?
Yeah, but it's Squid Game in like a cubicle box thing, right?
Yeah, no, it's actually much more bigger than that. They have like, it's actually bigger than Squid Game because unlike Squid Game where their movements are restricted, they have an entire jungle to explore.
Ah, okay. Okay, because when I remember like a room, like a white room kind of a thing, but then the same thing I've seen in Ben 10.
Oh yeah,
where they had to go somewhere, but there's like a huge cube in space. There's like a white cube in space, and they had to go like the cube. Each room inside the cube was like filled with like traps and stuff, and they had to beat all of that to get to like whatever their goal was.
So as I think about this, it's like I'm like when I saw Tomodachi game, I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen these walls before.
Oh no! It was like the Isekai flashback. I've seen this city before.
Okay, think Danganronpa but messed up Haramentai. Why are you talking about Silver? Danganronpa is a messed up Haramentai. What are you talking about? Danganronpa is the messed up one. Because in Danganronpa, one of the characters has sex with a corpse. So, at least in Euphoria...
in what season? I don't think that happened in the first season. I've only seen the first season of Danganronpa.
See, Danganronpa, the game, the second game, it's like, it's not shown, like, I mean, it's like a little sudden flash. So, each one of her lieutenants, the Junko's lieutenants, cope in a different way of losing her.
Oh.
Yes, no, I know about the visual novel. So each one of them cope losing her with a different way. Some of them, replace their body parts with the body parts of her, and many of them do that. Like they don't say who. We know only one of them how one of them coped. The rest is like left. They say you all did all this, but they don't say who did what. And one of them tried to have babies with her corpse, as in he had sex with a dead corpse. So yes, Silver, Danganronpa is messed up, okay? More messed up than Euphoria, because in Euphoria, all of them are at least living and breathing.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, Danganronpa, if you look at that, it's really toned down. Okay, so the first season is based on the first game. Do you know the secret ending of the first game?
I don't. Look, stuff like that. I don't really go to like find out more about it. I'm like, okay.
Now, I've actually played the visual novel, so I know the first the happy ending. If you ask some people, the terrifying ending if you ask other people. So there's one particular case where what's her name? The detective girl is put on trial. So if you say she's guilty, like you get this what called that, the short ending or the bad ending if you ask some people. If you try to prove she's innocent, you get it depends on what ending you get. Snowden, I don't want to go too deep in that, but it's not canon that the cops think in Euphoria. So the second ending is the game continues, but the first ending is basically it's left with 3 males, 2 females. They're stuck in the school, and there are no other murders after that. So you may think one stays alone, the other 2 pair up with a girl. Nope. All three of them go pig wild on one girl, and she's carrying all three of their children, and the other one commits suicide. That's the ending.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Damn.
A pretty interesting ending, right?
Damn.
And they live hard.
Wait, 3 children at the same time?
No, it's like one. I think they take turns.
Oh, efficiency, okay.
Because it's biologically impossible for all three of them to carry all three of their children at the same time. See, sure, it's a series about pink blood, but the characters have pink blood.
Yeah.
You know why they introduced the pink blood?
That was like some sort of a censoring thing, right?
Yeah, it's a censoring thing.
Oh my goodness.
So that's it.
Ay.
On the OG version was supposed to be even more darker.
I don't know. I don't get the minds of the person who wants to go and make like this kind of stuff.
You know, the funny thing about Danganronpa is it's like I know I've kinda it's like beating a dead horse here, but it ain't that deep. Like, I'm sorry to people who think it's deep, no.
Yeah, like from what I only Danganronpa understanding I have is I watched the first season anime. It looked like one of those like small seasonal shows which was later on turned out to be true. I didn't know that at the point. Immediately it felt like there's like it looks like a game promotional kind of an anime.
Nah, see, this is a game promotional anime because
at the point when I was watching it, I didn't know that. I didn't know it came from a game.
Nah, and see, the second or third season is actually, how do I put it? It's basically a conclusion to the second game. So the third season, actually the second season, the sequel, is actually split into 2 parts. One's a prequel, the other one's a sequel.
Okay.
That's much more well fleshed than the OG series that you might have seen. But
Interesting.
means Danganronpa, they could totally have one girl hold 3 babies or 3 different dads if they wanted. So, yes, maybe, you know what, Silver, maybe you're right, but given that she's still pregnant and she's carrying one child, holding the hand of the... let me just check if I can find it. I'll put it on screen. See, this is not something Susan will be mad at.
I know.
Where is it? And you can clearly see who's dad, okay? Because
the guess the anime main character thing, yeah.
The kids basically have their dad's hairstyle.
Oh no!
It's weird. Let me just replace the penguin with which one is? I'm gonna just give me a minute, chat. Let me pull it up. Okay, here you go. This is the ending. So as you can see, the kids, all 3 kids are of a different age. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is, they took turns, going on it. Okay. Okay.
Efficiency, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. That's like, so for Silver says, Danganronpa was one of those edgy things you got into when you were
the sports girl.
Yeah, they go. I assume she was the most breedable one, I guess. See, the other one has split personality.
Technically, you can even specifically see the order.
Yeah, see, look at the kids,
You can see the order.
Yeah, you can see the order. They're standing in line. You know what? We should get Suzuki for this.
Oh my god. Don't scar. Don't scar.
Oh, see, she's aware of this, okay? She's aware of this. But look at it. Oh, yeah, it's like, and make kids look like adults. And these all of them are still kids, by the way.
okay. Some of it doesn't make sense. The kid is standing there with specs.
He was just born with specs, I guess. I don't know.
He was just born with specs.
He was just born. See, it's like,
The kid's just there like, get good.
he don't like. The only thing I can think of is he was born like that. He was just born with specs. He came up with the specs.
No, like firstly, like he has specs. Secondly, the kid is quite tall. That needs to have like
No, so
that's quite a lot of time.
no, so we don't know how long this is from the game's ending. Okay, could I?
Yeah, no. The thing is, the main characters, all of them, they look not much different from when they looked at the game, like the game's ending or whatever. But that kid clearly looks like quite old.
I mean, have you seen
Like, that's quite a few years.
I mean, Danganronpa logic is they reach their peak age and they stay the same, okay? Till they get shriveled up and old. So this canonically makes sense.
Oh, so it's like Fate where there's all new characters but they look the damn same.
Yeah, assume the only DNA they get is from their dad, not their mom. but see, think about like, I know I'm going too deep into what's supposed to be a joke ending. But think about it, okay? So it's one mother, 3 kids, okay? And all of them are male. How are they supposed to continue this species?
Oh, there needs to be more babies.
Yeah, but that brings up the entire inbreeding coefficient argument. Because like, see, there are people outside this, locked up school place, like, but they're not aware of that. From their perspective, they're the last surviving humans.
So wait. What if they populated to the point where they literally burst out of the school? Then maybe they can.
No, see, that's not biologically possible because.
No, we are talking about an anime right now.
No, I mean, like, let's just go with the actual logic that. Like the one with.
See, by actual logic, my sentence has no, like, it doesn't stand on any solid ground.
See, I mean, like, by actual logic, they'll all be like those cave monsters from what's the movie? The one where they go, a bunch of Australian women go cave diving, cave spelunking.
I don't know about this.
They're like little cave monsters inside that eat humans.
Oh,
I mean, that's what they'll devolve into if they continue this. And I think as Scott Silver.
Oh no, Silver, no.
It's okay. It's okay. Me and Silver go way back. It's okay.
We need Silver back. We need to.
No, he's fine. We go way back. He's heard worse from me. Let me just change it to a more wholesome image.
I mean, technically, for a new person hopping in, they won't know.
Wait a minute. Why isn't it changing? Browse.
Oh no.
Yes, a much more wholesome image.
How does this dystopian stuff interest folks? I fail to understand.
I mean, we live in the most peaceful time our species has ever lived.
Yes.
That's why. So you want to see the dark stuff. You want to see you want to see Hunger Games. You want to see, I don't know, Danganronpa. What else is that? You want to see 86, which is a pretty good show, but still.
86 ago. Oh right, yeah, there are some elements about that. Yeah.
I mean, it is a dystopian world. It's basically Skynet. It's like, imagine Terminator and Attack on Titan mashed up.
Skynet, but with really good anime graphics.
And the humans are actually stupid. Imagine Terminator, but the humans are fucking stupid. That's 86. Because, see, like, I know it's like a major plot point, and I'm not gonna fault them for that, but the dollar store no Germans from 86. You know, the white-haired people.
Dollar store.
They're the dumbest civilization that could exist.
Yeah, technically yes.
So okay, they get like that's like a major plot point. They become so complacent that they're dumb.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because forget everything else. Military strategy wise, it doesn't take long for a complacent force to get defeated.
I mean, they have no other humans to fight. The only other humans, worker countries, are beyond the what called the AI territory.
Yeah, and these guys didn't these guys not know that those countries still
No,
existed?
they weren't aware of that.
Yeah.
So the thing about these guys is that, like, I mean, anyone who's read a book on AI would know that the three things for I forgot the exact three things, but one of the basic stuff for something to be considered sentient is they actively go searching for better sources of energy or food. Like humans, animals, and all, we go searching for better food. I mean, better source of sustenance. So, and everything biologically speaking, if it's considered sentient, it will, like, even if you're, let's say, considered suicidal, you want it to end, but biologically your body will do everything in its power to stop you. That is why poisoning, lethal injections are considered one of the most painful ways of execution, because your body tries to eject it.
And it tries to fight it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the entire assumption that these dollar store Germans have, I mean dollar store naughty Germans, Germans have, is that in how many years? I forgot the number of years, but by this date the system will shut down. Right? I forgot the number of years. How many years was it?
They are like 3 years or something.
Yeah, that was like beginning of the series, but how many years was it since the creation of that system? They said that it has an inbuilt clock, and by this point it'll stop. But
No. So the thing was that it had been like more than 3 years, but according to the calculation, it was something like this is like it's the third year out of the 3 years we calculated it will end in or something like that. But the whole thing was just completely false, and they didn't know that because the AI had.
the AI had evolved. Like that's what any intelligent thing will do. It'll try to find a way to survive. The AI is aware that its what called that its lifespan, its predefined lifespan is gonna end by this date.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that's the most, like, I did think of that while watching it once or twice, but then I had forgotten about it. That's the most, like, how do I put this? That doesn't make sense in terms of a being that wants to survive. Your only response to a constant multi-year long attack on your territory is that they'll stop themselves after a while. That's your response.
I mean, the intelligence they initially got when this happened, when it started, was it has an inbuilt clock which will expire at this date.
Yeah, but still, like, okay, let's take that.
I see that. That's my argument.
Let's keep that logic. Still, I am pretty sure if you put any, like, guy with like a security or military background, any person with like a security or military background, they would still say, they would still go like, we need to strike and we need to kill it. We can't wait for it to die itself.
And not just that, another guy would be like, what if we're wrong? What if it's not evolved? What if it's come up with a solution to this problem that's facing?
Yeah, no, any sane guy with a person with a security background would be like, we need to keep thinking for an evolving situation.
Fuji, you're missing the point. The insane people, they're fucking stupid drunks.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If you put sane people in it.
Yeah, they're stupid drunks. That's the whole point of them. I mean, the only competent person they have is a 16-year-old girl, which tells you a lot.
Well, technically they were too competent. One of them was more willing to do stuff.
If you're talking about the scientist, she doesn't count.
I mean,
she's not a military officer. She's just a civilian scientist.
Oh no! In terms of like technical, she is part of the complex.
Yeah, she is part of the military industrial.
She can
complex.
be considered a contractor.
Yeah, she is an employee of the equivalent of Ministry of Defense, but
yeah,
she's not a military officer.
I mean, if you put it strictly military, yeah, there's only one person.
I mean, the entire strategy, I'll be fine. If you raise a problem, right, I'll be fine, it'll be alright. What's the worst that'll happen? Right? For Gio, I think your voice is getting low.
Oh, wait, is it?
Now it's fine,
Okay.
Now it's fine. The entire strategy is like, I'll be fine. So what if the AI doesn't shut itself down and Examoto, yes, I'll be fine. We have a slave army to do it for us. Actually, that's the entire mindset. We have a slave
Yeah,
army.
and don't they fool their population by saying that their vehicles are also
Automatic.
like they don't have humans? Yeah.
Yeah, see, so that's actually heavily inspired by the no Germans back in the day.
Mm.
So back in the day, like so is like the camps. I'm not gonna say what sort of camps. The camps where they exterminated the people that they didn't like. The general public was to an extent aware of it because your neighbors disappear. Okay, your neighbors happen to be Jewish or Roma or communist or Slavic. They disappear.
Mm.
And you just don't want to think of it. But like, yeah, they magically got shipped off to a farm where they'll be happy. You get what I mean, right? This is like a coping mechanism. It's implied that the general public.
It's actually now that you mention it, that magic farm statement, it made me reminded me of I think the name of the movie is like The Island or something. If you've seen that.
I haven't seen it. What's it about?
Okay, so it's okay. How do I put this? So it's like slightly in the future, the world is a bit less resourceful than it is now. Slightly less resourceful, not much. But the whole concept is the thing starts in like a enclosed giant facility,
Okay.
and there's all these people who are in that facility. All of them are apparently like rescued people, and they're being kept in the facility as a waiting period.
Okay.
And every day, and males and females are like they're separated and they're kept away from each other except for like public interaction places. And the only every single day, one of them gets selected in like a giant screen in like the public place, and there's like fanfare around it.
Okay. Why
And
do I get a bad feeling about this?
Yeah, they get selected saying that so their whole thing is you have been rescued, you have been brought to this facility, and then the whole world has gone through an apocalypse. You're one of the last few who has survived, and one of you will get selected almost every single day, and you will be sent to an island that we found that which is still like habitable and everything. So every single day one of them gets like, it's like a lottery, they get selected and they go to the but there's some rules that have to be followed.
Okay.
So the main guy, he doesn't follow some rules. He makes a friend who is part of like the staff,
Okay.
and he breaks other rules, which is he falls in love with one of the females inside. And then they accidentally he gets to a place where he's not supposed to get, and he sees the guy who won, and he kind of friends with that guy. The guy who had won the day that he went to the location earlier. He is seeing that guy being forcefully dragged to an like a operation room and being operated on.
Yes, it's
And
is,
then
is it run by the Chinese? Is this the island run by the Chinese?
I don't know. I don't remember who were the people who were running it. But basically, then the story zooms out, and you as the audience come to know. You're told that all of these people are genetically modified, like artificially born and like grown, complete clones of a actual human out in the world, and their whole purpose is that particular human has some or the other sort of fatal critical ailment or anything, and the day where these people get selected is the day when actually that organ is going to get transplanted.
Okay.
They get the perfect organ.
I think I've seen this because it sounds familiar.
So it's The Island. It has Scarlett Johansson as the main female lead.
I think I've seen it. I guess I would have seen it. Because it sounds extremely familiar. Oh yeah, Silver says he's never heard of 86. Watch it. It's a good show.
What? Silver, watch it.
Watch it. It's a really good anime.
You have to watch it. I contemplated trying to model that crab thingy also. I was like, that's a bit difficult for now. I'll do that later.
Like, see, I was thinking about making a Leroy model of what's her name again, the main female lead. Then I realized she's wearing a no German uniform. I mean the equivalent of that. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, you could replace the symbolism.
Now Fuji, even if you replace, the entire point of the symbolism is the uniform itself as a symbol. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, What if the no Germans were both smart and dumb? That's the entire premise.
Yeah.
They're smart. They're smart in using the conquered people, like the so-called lesser people as a slave army. But they're stupid to not realize that an AI can adapt itself. Like they have little to no in-ground intel. I don't think that doesn't logically make sense if you actually think about it. See, they have satellites. That's confirmed.
But wasn't the logic that the AI, the main mother AI, whatever the main
Yeah.
AIs were, like though they were disrupting every single piece of electronic like communication, everything.
Yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is, if they had satellites, why didn't they know there were other countries out there?
Maybe they didn't look. Oh no, maybe if I remember correctly, the thing was they knew there were other countries around there, but then the information got messed up somehow in a way that they now think they're the last one standing.
No, they think they're the last one standing.
And which is even stupid that if you knew there were more countries before and now you're under the assumption that you're the last one standing, that means everything opposite of getting complacent.
No, I mean, see what they could have done is they could have. I'm giving the author a few fixes here and there. They could have argued that yes, they are aware of other countries, but they kept it's classified information.
Oh yeah, maybe that, yeah.
Because if there were other countries out there, it kind of defeats the purpose of them being the
Staying there and fighting.
No, not just staying there and fighting. Like the existence of other countries will bring other questions, as in, like, see, it's a military dictatorship. Even though it claims to be a democracy, it's a military dictatorship.
Oh, right. Yeah. That too.
I mean,
Internal questions on the internal structure.
yeah. So as long as you make it, yeah, Twitter's gonna get pissed at the uniform. Yeah, yes, I agree. Yeah, but back to the conversation. Yeah, it's like they could have made it such that they're keeping the population purposefully dumb to maintain control.
That makes sense.
Which actually makes a lot of sense. And they can actually even squeeze it in now. Even though they've gone to the point. No, much later. I'm not going to give any spoilers here, but they can actually squeeze it in here. Because their governments lied about quite a lot of things, and I don't think you've seen any civilian government as such. Like anything, the highest ranking person we see is an army general.
While we were talking about all this out there stuff, I was looking for reference stuff for making like aircraft stuff on Pinterest.
Okay, and what did you find? Did you find what called that Reaper Chan?
No.
So
this is One Punch Man.
Okay, so then it's fine because what happened is there's an American drone. Let me take a look. No, I'm not gonna put this on stream, but yeah.
What?
Okay, so of course there's an American drone in Ukraine right now. That's giving the Ukrainians intel. So Reddit has kind of developed an unhealthy obsession with it.
Huh?
They've turned it into an anime girl, and they're all simping over it.
What? There's an anime girl drone now?
Yeah, there's an anime girl drone.
Wait, do you know like the specific model so I can search this thing up?
I think it's a Reaper, but I don't remember the exact thing. I'll check it out and get back to you on that.
Okay.
So it's allegedly being used by the Americans to spy on the Russians. And intel's being transferred back to the Ukrainians.
Okay.
So it's the latest of the anime girls. And I'm actually surprised that it's not a playable character in Girls Frontline. All those guys, will go crazy for it.
Where is this thing? I'm very curious about, because there is lots and lots of, like, how to put this, specific aircraft models and stuff like that with anime girls.
Let me check. I'm just googling drone waifu.
Okay, that's much more sharper than what I was searching.
It's not narrowing it down anymore. You got everything from the standard civilian drone to. Wait a minute, what the fuck is this? Someone used the drone to take a pic of the. Take like a life-size image of their waifu.
Eh.
Let me check. Reaper drone waifu.
I even went and searched US military drone with Japanizing beam. It's still not showing me.
Nah, it was like a really niche meme. Oh, yeah, but
Okay,
I
okay.
think I found it. M9 Reaper waifu.
MQ9 Reaper, yeah.
MQ9 Reaper. I think I found it. I'm not sure. That. Yeah, oh god, there's a fencer, there's a crusader. Good lord, Reddit, you're horny. Yeah, I found it. I actually found the OG one.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I found it. I'll send it to you and post it on stream.
Okay.
It's a WebP. Oh shit, I hate WebP.
Ah, that annoying thing. Yeah.
No, it's okay, but it works fine in Discord.
Mm.
Let me see if I can upload it on stream.
Oh, right. Yeah, I saw this one. Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't have the context with it. I just saw the image.
Okay, for every image I can show. Okay, so I'll send it to you after stream. Okay. I'll say I have to download each one. Let me just try to get this one on browse.
That's a very accurately drawn. Yep, that's very accurately drawn.
Yeah, I think I can upload. Yeah, it's big, guys. It's big. So let me just try to make it small. It's huge. The image is huge. So this is
Jokes that can be made with that.
yeah. So this is the latest one that latest anime girl that Reddit has been obsessed about.
Damn. Yeah, that is a. Yeah, that's a well-armed, scary anime girl. Also, doesn't that anime girl come with like ninja? Do you know this, by the way? Like the ninja missiles?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Wait a minute. The Payway 2 missile has an anime waifu.
Oh,
You know the cruise missile Payway 2.
yeah, let's
laser
go, let's go. Yeah, isn't it like GBU?
Yeah,
GBU something.
yeah, that's right. Good lord, like the Warthog has a
See, that is how do I put that? That probably comes in my guilty pleasure category for me.
The Warthog has a waifu.
But yeah, like all like military like planes and stuff as waifus.
See, fox don't actually make sense. It's a fox girl.
Mm.
A tomcat as a cat makes sense. Okay, this is just they're just running about. Crusader is a girl who's obsessed with the cross.
Mm.
Wait a minute, this is just power from. Wait a minute, demon is just power from Chainsaw Man. It's just power from Chainsaw Man. Let me just put it up. Just give me a minute and put this one up. This is clearly power from Chainsaw Man. No questions asked.
Oh yeah, I got the name. What was it? Gijinkified. That's the word to type if you want to get the right thing. But I forgot the spelling of that thing.
That's
If
okay.
you want like
autocorrect.
anything but made in anime.
This is just power from Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
It's
I see the 02 vibes as well.
That's it. 02 has shorter horns and she's. How do I put it? Personality is different and the outcome
Okay,
is different.
it's Gijinka. Gijink.
Let me
Just
just.
typing anything and type in Gijinka anime with it, then that thing animified into like an anime waifu. You'd get that.
Okay, let me just see power from Chainsaw Man. Got an image.
There's an there's a panther, there's a Sherman,
I mean, there's everything, okay?
Yeah, this is the good shit. Forget cat girls and dog girls.
Now I know what Fuji's going to do after the stream. So I've sent you a reference pic to Power from Chainsaw Man.
Okay, yeah. Looks much closer to her, yeah.
A funny thing, Power is just a demon inhabiting a corpse.
Oh. Oh, so it's like the MIB cockroach thingy.
I don't think it might be called. It's not like she, physically, wears a corpse.
Oh, so it's more like a soul thing?
Yeah, it's more like a soul thing.
Hmm.
It's like she's...
I found something. I'll share it to you after the stream.
Okay, it's not safe for work.
Kinda, yeah. Not the horny kind of
I
not safe.
understand. A bit too edgy.
Yeah, I guess you can define that as edgy.
Or a bit offensive. One of the two.
Yep. Hmm.
At least the Russians are getting waifus, given everything they lost right now. At least they get, At least
Well, okay. If you're mentioning it, I'll just share it now. You probably might have. Did you see? You probably might have seen this already.
No, it's worth a shot.
Why not? I'll just share it now. There we go.
Yeah, I've seen it. Z-chan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post it over here because it's now
Obviously
considered.
not.
It's not. Okay, so for context, like the Russian forces in Ukraine and now Putinism as a ideology tends to, use
There's
the
the name.
letters. Yeah, it's called Putinism, the ideology of Russian militaristic nationalism. Ultranationalism is now referred to as Putinism.
Oh, I see.
So the letter Z has been associated with them, and we have a big booba girl who's now supposed to represent their tanks or personal armored vehicles.
Oh, there's like multiple. There's like different ones.
Yeah,
for
I know, the
vehicles.
different ones. Like a tiny one for like a car. There's a big booba one for personal armored vehicle. There's a tough tomboy for an anti-aircraft gun.
Artists, yes, nice.
Horny artists.
Horny artist.
No, see, I wouldn't be surprised if Putin's looking at this, be like, yes, at least we're winning in this. Because okay. So the funny thing is, Putin got bamboozled by the Ukrainians, along with the Russian military. All of them got bamboozled by the Ukrainians, which I personally think is one of the greatest military strategies in recent history. They just did a standard switcheroo and everyone fell for it. They purposefully leaked info that they're going to attack the south, and it's actually like if you watch Game of Thrones, what Robb Stark does. He sends a tiny force to a different area as a distraction, and people assume that's the major attacking thing.
That's the main force.
That's the main force.
Wait, isn't that one of the oldest
tricks in the
strategies?
Book. Yeah, it's all the tricks in the book. But given that we're in a time where electronic surveillance is a thing, these guys, the Ukrainians, basically tricked everyone, including their allies, that they're going to attack the south.
Well, while we talk about that, I found the real strongest anime protagonist. It's not One Punch Man. It's not Shaggy. It's not.
Who?
It's not Goku.
I mean,
I'm just putting the name out there for.
Oh, it's Nokia-kun, right? Yeah, I know Nokia-kun. Let me save this and put it up there.
So nicely. Whoever's the creator of this artwork, fantastic work, man. I'm not able to get the source, but yeah.
Whoever the artist is, done a great job. Let me put this up. Where is it?
Oh, okay. I made a mistake trying to find Gijinka on Google. Pinterest has much more higher quality stuff.
No, but everything's on Pinterest. There's a website called Daburu. I don't know the name exactly. That's where you get all the anime stuff. Like, yeah, yes, the Russians are getting waifus, but they're losing, which is, I mean, they've been lied to, bamboozled, and confused right now. It's, I don't know what to say. They're actually losing control of their allies. So recently,
Yeah, that too.
Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, which I'm quite sure most of you haven't even heard of, decided to throw shit, decided to literally shell each other.
Yeah, that I think I saw the news.
Okay,
of that.
now there's a ceasefire, but there's about 60 something people dead.
I think it's happening. Yeah, didn't it also happen in southern? Wait, where was that again?
Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
See, Armenia and Azerbaijan have been going at each other since last year.
I'd say before that, but I get it got like real intense. Yeah, it went live since last year.
I mean, like a proper conflict, not like not like a frozen conflict, like a proper hard conflict. So the funny thing is, they start going at each other around end of March to early May. So when and all these countries are countries that are more or less in the Russian sphere of influence. So the moment, and all of them, like the borders and quote unquote status quo of peace is basically held together by the fear of a Russian attack. But now, like once the Russians enter concentrations on Ukraine, these guys decide to have at each other. But now they realize that Russia ain't shit, so they decide to go at each other even more. Like the leaders of both Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan were in a meeting when the men were shooting each other.
Oh, what?
They were in Samarkand. Where's Samarkand?
Oh yeah, that thing. Some sort of meeting they were having.
In Uzbekistan, where Putin got insulted by everyone, including from Narendra Modi to Xi Jinping. The most diplomatic way possible.
Yeah.
Like and Modi is like, Putin, war bad, and people like, yes, that's our man. You show him who's boss. I'm like, dude, that's it. Like, Putin, I understand your situation, but war bad. I'm like, this is true. That's it.
From what I read, there was a lot of people saying, "Oh, Western media is like, oh,
Yeah,
this guy went and told them off."
Western media is like basically,
I was like, I'm like, I don't think that's exactly what happened, but okay.
I understand where Western media, the media is coming from. Okay, see, India is basically, part of my friends has been sucking off Russia for the last 2 years. They've been doing mental gymnastics to justify war crimes. So
mental gymnastics.
So the leader of the country finally acknowledging that war is bad is, it's something. Like, it's something that, same thing with China. Like, China all this time has basically been assisting the Russians, at least morally, not militarily, but morally or politically. So like at this point, the two biggest trading partners telling them, bro, no, not cool, is, they see it as a big thing. But the funny thing is, like, the Prime Minister Modi as a whole was kind of against the entire Russian invasion of Ukraine. It's just the bureaucrats he surrounded himself with, who were like, bro, Russia our friend. bro, Russia will kick Ukraine's ass. Look, and now they have to eat their words. It's like, imagine if India invades Bangladesh and we get our ass handed to us really bad.
Oh, we are gonna have a problem on our other borders then.
I mean, that is what's happening to Russia right now. They invade Ukraine, they're like 20 minutes of venture in and out. Then now there's, I don't know what to say there. I mean, if this is a superpower, I don't know what is.
Yeah, there's a lot of situations that have happened in the very recent past where there's a lot of this guy's the big shit, and now it's like this guy's not the big shit anymore.
This guy was time's most powerful man. This clown, that's me. But like, So the Russians on paper have 1,000 aircraft. Okay, around 1,000 aircraft, give or take a few, 100.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, yeah, you did say on paper.
So
Practically,
on
there's
paper,
a lot of.
on paper. So the Americans even have more than 1,000 aircraft on paper. By any point, only 50% of aircraft will be operable. This is American standards. And the Russians, I'd say, like, even if there's no corruption, we're just going with like everyone's doing doing everything properly. No corruption, no pocketing of money. No one's like lazing around. Even then, it'll be like, I would say about 40% of the aircraft will be available because Russian equipment tends to be older.
Yeah, their technology is still in the like 80s or 90s type technology, like aeronautics technology and all that.
Late Cold War. So let's say 40%. Now, even I'm not talking about the technology as a whole. I'm talking about the age of the aircraft. So they require more maintenance. Like many aircraft were still built during the Soviet era. And I'm just talking about Air Force, not the Navy, because
I'm also talking about like the quality of the spare parts and stuff. That the technology being of the 80s and 90s, the quality of the new part is also going to not last as long as a Western new part.
Don't you worry, I'll get to the quality really soon. So let's say only 40%. So 40% of 1,000 is say 400. It's 400. Let's say they have 400 aircraft actively fighting. Okay, and they can't send all 400 to the Ukrainian border because they have other airspaces. It's a large country. So hypothetically, let's say they send 200. Now, they have physical evidence about 57 Russian aircraft being shot down, like physical evidence.
Yeah, like the crash, like proof recorded.
Crash proof and all that. In fact, the stuff where the Ukraine just stole the parts, gave it to the Americans. The Ukrainians claim to have shot about 220 to 240 aircraft. Now, okay, let's just say that maybe the Ukrainians are pumping up their numbers for argument's sake. So I would, and based on let's say a few calculations, I would say about 100-ish Russian aircraft has been shot down. And see the Russian numbers don't make sense because Ukraine has about only 50 to 75 combat aircraft. The Russians claim they shot down 250 combat aircraft.
There are
250. I'm like, wait, dude, at least get your lies straight, okay? And given that the Ukraine Air Force is still combat ready, they still fighter aircraft that are in the air.
Yeah,
So
one wouldn't expect that usually.
Nah, so it's not 250. So I'll say that the Russians would have lost close to 100. Which is about 50% of the entire, this is based on the assumption that 200 aircraft have been assigned to Ukraine or the Western Front. Right, so they've lost about 50% of their fighting force in that area. Which is, I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say.
I seriously don't know what to say. And they've lost their flagship.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so in their defense, the ship was shit, okay? And the admiral had the keys to half the rooms in the ship. And he wasn't even on the ship.
What? Oh my god.
So apparently the internal review report came out that the admiral had the keys to the armory and certain restricted parts of the ship because the sailors on board were stealing stuff. I'm like, wait, what? Pride of the Russian Navy.
Wait, no. Forget about Russian Navy and all that. You're on a ship. The ship is on duty, it's off at sea at least for a month and a half. Bare minimum. Usually it's longer than that. Where do you go?
Okay, so that's actually a misconception. You're just assuming that it operates like an American carrier strike group.
That's depending on something like a prolonged period. If it's usually it's get out of port, go strike, come back.
Yeah, that's the Moskva. The Moskva is its home base is Crimea. So and the only known operations is Ukraine. Recently is Ukraine and Syria. In both cases, it's at most a 3-day journey. Syria in that case, they go, they launch an airstrike, come back. They launch a couple of missiles, come back.
Okay, but okay, so like at the end of the whatever the journey there was, but it's a navy, it's soldiers, everybody's accounted for. How do people steal?
Fuji, when there's a will, there's a way.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
if
And
you're
what? No, but then what do you what is worth value to steal from a military ship?
what we call that, night vision goggles, these are like, manhole covers. I'll tell you one thing, when there's a will, there's a way.
Oh my
So
god!
like,
I'm just imagining one of them being like, "Oh, we are running out of stuff to steal. You know what? We can steal. We can sell this high quality like polymer steering wheel. It just pulls out the steering wheel of the ship."
funny thing, I'm quite sure some underpaid Russian sailors did that.
Oh my god! Ah.
Like how I put. Apart from that, the safety rating was considered below average, and the Russians like, nah, it'll be fine. Send it off to sea. Like half the radars didn't work. The armory was locked.
Oh, okay. So the ship wasn't in good condition anyway. It was in really bad condition.
I mean, the
Okay.
Russians were under the assumption that the Ukrainians see the ship, they'll run away screaming.
That doesn't happen.
I mean, they just launched a couple of missiles, the ship sank, and they lost a piece of the true cross. So funny thing, I was actually shocked to hear this. Okay, the chapel in the Moscow has a piece of the true cross in it, which personally I think it's a bad idea.
What?
Okay, I believe to be a part of the true cross because there's no way of proving it as it's in the bottom of the ocean right now. You can't carbon date that anymore because it's in the bottom of the ocean, but it's believed to be part of the true cross.
Oh, I see.
So the funny thing is, like, normally when your ship is sinking, you take everything of value that you can take it, right? Especially something of such high religious significance. But not these guys. They're like, they just ditched the true cross and many of them were rescued by Turkish and Romanian ships.
Huh?
Okay, so I'll give context to that. So there's like, if a ship gives an SOS distress signal, it's naval tradition to help them regardless of who they are. There's no thing like that.
I've kind of found a more, again, whoever's the creator for this fantastic work, I found a more appropriate image for our current conversation.
What, Sukhoi-chan?
No. Not that like nothing that cute or fancy.
It looks like something right out. Like, you know what? Someone should set this to Hasbro. That's the next Transformer.
Yeah.
That's the next Transformer.
Considering they already have a transformer tank, this would be a nice addition. They have a transformer scorpion.
Yeah, I know.
They have a transformer dog.
I know about the Scorpion and the tank, but this is like, best of everything.
Yeah.
But actually, I can see how it just fold the claws back and it can turn into a tank.
Yeah. It's like the claw section will become like the undercarriage part,
Yes.
where the tracks will be attached.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh damn! And this would be fantastic for like a Halloween, like scaring a small kid or something.
I don't think kids these days get scared that easily.
It depends. It depends on what age kid are you trying to scare.
Yeah, that's true.
If I go at like a 4 or 5-year-old with this thing, they're gonna get scared.
Yeah, that's true. We have to send this to where is it? Let me just see if I can find it on YouTube. It's kind of like, how I put, if you're Russian, it's offensive to you, but if you're non-Russian, it's actually funny. It's like, have you seen the clip on them changing the VDV's song? I mean the translation of the VDV song. Okay, so for context, the Russian Airborne Forces, or the VDV, that's like an independent branch for, like how I put, For the American counterpart would be like the United States Marine Corps being considered a branch of its own. So the Russian Airborne Forces, or the VDV, is a branch of its own. Normally, the Marines in other countries which have Marines, like let's say UK, they come under the Navy. And paratroopers in most countries tend to come under the army. But meanwhile, in Russia, the VDV is a branch of its own. So let me just see. Let me see if I can find it. Ah, God. Honest Russian military recruitment video.
There's. Wait, is it like honest trailers?
No. It's like, you know that infamous Russian ad, the one where that was like ultra manly and people were like, "This is what military ad should be like."
I guess I may not remember at the moment, but I feel like I might have seen something like.
Yeah, you might have seen. It's like a jacked up what call that guy with a crop cut doing military things. Let me see if I can. Yeah, wait a minute. I don't think they can copyright strike me for this. Let me just wait for the ad to get over and. So the thing is, it's like there's the Russian thing, and then there's a translation. A guy does it, How do I? Skip trial. See, I'm gonna mute it for copyright purposes, and I'll share it. Let me just add a new window. Fuji, at the same time, I'll share my screen when I'm doing this.
Okay, sure.
Just give me a minute. It's been a long time since I've done all this, so.
Yeah.
Window capture.
Also looking in the meantime, I've also been looking for like a good pair of shoes for Viroid.
The thing is, I haven't touched shoes yet.
No, I tried, but immediately I got scared. I was like, nah. I made one line on the like the UV map thing, like the 2D map thing, and I saw what happened on the shoe. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to booth.
Also, with shoes, I've only done the military style boots, which come with the rest of my outfit, or the formal loafers, which come with the rest of my outfit. I haven't done anything specific yet. Even though I have that in mind, along with cufflinks and earrings. But part of that, I'm like, maybe I'll keep it for later. Once I'm done with all the clothing I can think of.
Step by step kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll go into accessories. Let me just share my screen. Another thing you asked me about, what's the purpose of Nitro, is that when you're streaming, you can stream in HD.
Oh, okay.
And frame rate can go up to 60.
Oh, okay.
For legal purposes. There you go. Okay, I think you just.
Yeah, Discord takes a second for me.
Sure. I think it takes.
Yeah, now it's there.
I mean, recently it's got a bit, Is my network buffering now?
It might be. It's a bit the stream thingy, or I can't tell if it's you or me though.
It might be me. Let me just. You know what, chat? If you want to watch it, I'll just put it in chat. You can watch it later. And go and the guy who makes this, the guy whose channel this video is from, his content's pretty good. So worth checking out. Yeah, YouTube's not removing enough ads. That shit's here. It's fine. I think I posted it. That chat can watch it later on. Here, Fuji. Hey, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Huh? What?
so this is not a real thing, okay? This is just a parody.
Okay. Hmm. What are demons doing?
With the rest of the idiots, we press camp.
Oh my god.
Don't worry about logistics and stuff like that. It's a Western plot we cannot resolve. You can resupply by your commander is
Oh
drunk.
no.
Your weapon is
Oh
jammed.
no.
You realize you were issued a summer uniform.
Oh no.
Before you know it, a Barakta is what's your salary is from 5.8 trillion rubles, 175 US dollars. Bonus Ukrainian washing machine. See, not gonna lie, they called me a Ukrainian washing machine. I'm like, yes, I'll do it. I'll volunteer. Ukrainian washing machine, I'm coming. Good quality stuff. It's. I'm sorry. The funny thing is that
I don't know, but it kind of how do I put this? It's like the honest government things ads.
yeah,
It was like that.
you know the thing is everything in the background. It's like it's taken from actual Russian military. Yeah, that's why I muted it
Ah, okay.
because it's like it's more like if you want to be a part of the usual patriotic stuff along with we'll rebuild you into a fighting machine that crap. The usual. Someone just changed the subtitles and it's all good. Let me see if I can find the VDV song. Like, however, everything that people once considered manly about Russia, it's being turned into a joke because unless you can prove it in times of crisis, you are a joke, right?
Yeah, true.
I found it. The VDV song with English lyrics. Like, dude, imagine if the US Marine Corps had a pop song about them. Just imagine that.
I don't feel like for some reason my brain is trying to remember something that I've seen.
Nah, I'm just trying to figure out. Like
this is jogging my memory. Like something similar I have actually seen.
Are you talking about a man called Putin? That's a pretty popular.
No. I mean like the what are you? When you said the U.S. Marine Corps having like a pop music, something like that. Not exactly that, but I'm very sure I've seen something similar.
Don't you
to
worry.
That description.
Don't you worry that. Where is it? Shit. Window capture. The Russian VDV, the elite, paratrooping force has a pop song of their own. Let me just pull it up.
Interesting.
This is the honest English subtitle one. Let me just share it with you. I think it's gonna buffer again, but the stuff we do for streams, am I right?
Yeah. No stream without scuff stream. Let's go.
Yeah, that's like our. See, big streamers have their own, artists and stuff like that. We have scuff streams. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, give me a sec. The two purplish dots are running on each other. There we go.
Okay, I missed. I'm muting this as well because automatic copyright system. Oh, wait a minute. Is the subtitles off? Just kidding. Let me just go. Wait a minute. Where's the English subtitles?
Russian subtitles.
I want Russian. I want the English one. I want auto-generated. Where's the...
Oh no! This one
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
have it. Looks like.
that's English.
Is there? Okay.
Okay, it's like
Okay.
all this is just background music.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Weirdly enough, that commander guy doesn't like he's not selling himself as I don't know.
Dude,
He
he's a
doesn't
po-
feel like a Russian soldier.
Dude, he's a pop star.
Okay, makes sense. Uh, I can't even read.
Just an exercise. You want me to sing along?
I mean, sure, but no, it was just funny that they chose like a bright
An
yellow
adventure in
color
a foreign
for
land. Of course, they'd send the VDB. They said we didn't need supplies because it's just an exercise. I'm getting scared. Isn't Ukraine a different state? Haven't eaten since last month. Now we have dropped into in a hot combat zone. Why are we here? Our parachutes are from last century. Aren't we meant to have air support? No training could ever prepare for this. While Central Command was in the rear, the poor souls of the VDV get shipped out on a one-way trip to contested airspace. VDV, this isn't fair. Thought we were ultramarines, not dead cop of Krieg. Western munitions shooting us down. Random farmers stealing our BMDs. VDV, look over there. Some guys posting a position on Twitter.
Oh no!
Babushkas throwing mollies at us. Glory to Ukraine, maybe they're right.
Babushka, let's go.
I have my doubts. Okay.
Okay, they don't look like special forces.
No, these are new recruits.
Why is just staring and like awkwardly smiling at the camera?
He most probably has a gun to us. New orders came from higher up. We're laying siege to Hostomel Airport. Maybe this time we'll have better luck. Surely our commanders have begun to adapt. We no fucking way. Still no support of any kind. Dropping us in without a care. Our lives in the hand of fat old men. This can't be real. Why even issue parachutes?
Shit.
I missed it. Why even issue This can't be real. Why even issue parachutes when we're already dead?
Oh.
Russian Federation must shit young men. Do our parents even know we're here? Why did we stop? Our BMPs seem to have run out of fuel. Ask some farmers if they had some spare. But now my unit is in their cache. Prisoners of war. At least the food is better than Iskra lunchbox. Maybe defecting isn't so bad. Glory to Ukraine and her heroes. Glory to Ukraine, Slava Ukraine. Okay, Slava Ukraine. Glory to our heroes. I mean, it goes with the, the entire. Let me just close this.
Well, that's one. That's one YouTube video.
I mean, like, just imagine this. 50 years in the future, people will be studying this in history class.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, but this is a way of, psychological warfare.
But yeah, that's one thing about like history stuff. When will they start like updating it?
I'd say that if you go to university level, at least when it comes to research, the research side, they've already updated it. Like it's only high school and undergraduate university history that's more or less, bunch of dates.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That it's like it's one time period of history and that's just constantly being talked about over and over again. There's more history behind and after that, but like before and after. And even that history by itself at a lot of places taught wrong.
Now the problem with history is in many cases I'm not gonna point fingers or anything. It's just basically self-assuring propaganda. It's like, yes, we were the good guys, but if you look deep enough, everyone's a monster.
Yeah, nobody's a good guy.
I mean, like I was telling my roommate, I'm like, yeah, your ancestors might have been poppy farmers back in the day. My ancestors would have been human traffickers, you know. Let he is who is without sin cast the first stone. But the thing about, history is people want to be seen as the good guy. Because the entire discourse of maybe we were the bad guys kind of opens up some uncomfortable topics that certain people do not want to talk about. And in certain cultures, saying that your ancestors were bad people is like worse than murder. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So man, that's one thing. Another thing is one problem with them tending to downplay, teach fake history for lack of better words, or biased history, is that it kind of backfires in a way later on.
When the person does get to know about
no, they'll just call it propaganda and move on. That's not the scary part. The scary part is when they become leaders.
Oh, when they start, yeah.
Like it's already happening in many places that I've seen. I mean, like I don't know.
Then like on a really large cyclic scale, people start believing their own lies.
I mean, see, you telling other people that your shit doesn't smell is different from you yourself believing that your shit doesn't smell. Smelling it and still saying that, yeah, my shit is fine. It smells like roses.
Smells like roses. Yeah.
And I've seen people reach that point where they're like, that they themselves genuinely believe that their shit smells like roses.
Yeah, that I have seen as well. Yes,
and
I agree.
saying anything otherwise means like you're wrong.
Yeah, I have seen that.
You don't know what roses smell like.
Oh no, roses weren't red, roses are brown.
So that is roses smell like processed excrement. And it gets worse when these people become elected leaders or bureaucrats or military officers. That's when shit hits the fan. You're like, how are they supposed to function? Because our country till the 90s was always at war, right?
Yeah, every decade, I think.
Every 5 to 10 years we had a conflict till we developed nukes and that kind of the mutually assured destruction thing with our neighbors.
The deterrence, mad deterrence.
So till that time it was like, I know I'm throwing shade at some general, and I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to. First of all, don't sue me. Second of all, I don't want to sound rude. I'm just making an observation. So after the Kharkiv offensive that the Ukrainians did, he went to the press and gave a couple of statements, which I thought I read the title of the article, and I'm like, maybe he's going to give some useful insights. So he said that what we can learn from the Ukraine conflict, and his thing is, I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. That's my reaction when I read it.
Oh.
So what I thought was maybe he's going to talk about how the Ukrainians pulled the best switcheroo we've seen ever. How coordination between the different branches is effective for success on the end. He was like, in times of war, industry should help military. That is the deepest insight I can find. Like, dude, no shit, Sherlock. The civilian parts are affected during times of conflict. Even if, let's say, hypothetically, the conflict is miles away in a different country. Like, take the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan or the first Gulf War. All of them, even when they're miles away in a different country, they still had to, the local industry, like the military was dependent on local industries, and local industries in turn were dependent on local people. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Is this your deep insight? You get what I mean, right?
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, what you thought missile making was just like a process where It gets shit out by the country. We shit on ourselves. What do you think, my man?
It's like the what was the I just recently saw like a very old clip of I think one of the original episodes, like episodes of Popeye. Like Popeye the Sailor Man, he just builds an entire warship,
Yeah,
paints
no,
it,
yeah.
and then sends it to sea in like 2 minutes.
Now that's the man that we need.
We need the spinach again.
We need that man. You know what's screw rice farming and tomato farming. Let's get ahead of the rest on spinach farming. But jokes aside, I don't mean to insult this high-ranking military officer or anything like that. So I'm just saying that now him bringing that up itself, maybe he's aware from him bringing that up itself points out that
I feel like it could also be like people in those situations, they have to say something and they want to say the thing, but they cannot say the thing, so they have to say they just have to they have to shit out something.
I mean, there are better things you could share and be like, wow, it was impressive. Just call it impressive that do what the Americans said. Their success was impressive. You get what I mean, right? By stating this, he's opened up a can of worms, which some people would tear him apart for. Like I see, for all we know, maybe he himself knows that this is common sense, but he feels that most people don't know it's common sense. Which in turn, begs the question: Have we reached a point where we think our shit smells like roses? Because the common trend that many people tend to have, right? I know I'm going to go into deep controversial stuff here, but the modern idea that people always assume that India is always peaceful wasn't always this peaceful. Despite the fact that we were in conflict for the last 70 years. So we've reached a point where we've been telling ourselves that it's been so peaceful, but we think our shit smells like roses. It caused a state to survive in this neighborhood with neighbors like us. Like, we have some wonderful neighbors and we have some not so wonderful neighbors. It requires constant conflict.
See, now the funny part for me is I'm trying to figure out the word wonderful. Do you mean it genuinely or sarcastically?
I actually mean it genuinely.
Okay,
I say wonderful and not so wonderful.
Yeah, I was like, when you said not so wonderful, it switched because till you said not so wonderful, I was taking the sarcastic meaning.
No, I mean, I actually mean there are some of our neighbors who could be natural allies to us. Due to common interests and other stuff.
You know what? This is just fun. This is very, very true as well.
What is it?
Come on.
Yes, I'm looking at B-Royd and I found...
This thing keeps taking there we go.
Okay, what is it? This is like every game out there, every game where you customize a character. It's like every game where you customize a character. Yeah, mostly... have you seen the equant where there's the level 100 is a clown, like an actual clown, the McDonald's clown?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
I haven't seen that one. It's a pretty old one. Let me just put it up here. Level. There's one where there's Big Bird from Sesame Street.
Oh.
It's like when you let me see if I can find it. It's a pretty old one when you custom. I think I got when a custom character is in a cutscene. Yeah, got it. There's a lot of it. Nice. Where's the Big Bird one? Yeah, got it. It's pretty old, but it's still a classic. Let me send it to you. Give me a moment. I'll post it up as well. Oh no, there's one with the no Germans as well.
Oh.
There's a custom.
The custom character.
There's a custom character with the no Germans. We just put this up.
I've seen this one. Wait,
Yeah.
this is not the McDonald's. This thing.
No, this is a Big Bird from Sesame Street.
Yeah. I
And
got
that's what-
confused because they had a when I remember the only time I had like seen this bird and that like kind of stuck in my mind because I hadn't seen the Sesame Street as a kid. I saw this. They had done like some sort of a collaboration with McDonald's, so that's when I saw this guy.
Okay, there's one with the no Germans which I'll send to you, and we are not gonna post it anywhere. Yes, it's on Facebook. Of course, it's on Facebook.
Hmm.
Oh, there's one with the dog and paratroopers.
The the
Okay.
best one, I feel like, I mean, it's not really. You could. It is a new meme. I don't know, calling bugs features, but the tank turret with two legs.
No, we're calling a bug of features as old as bugs existing.
No, I think it's how do I put this? It used to be the thing like in the gamer community, but now it's spreading as a meme.
Oh no,
looks-
Fuji,
feels
there's one
like-
with a furry.
Oh no.
Have you seen? You saw the no German one?
Yeah. I saw that.
Why? And this is not edited. This is not a meme. This is actually a real time. I'm sending you one right now.
Wait, what?
Not the no German one. There's another one. This is the British
Okay.
election. This is actually a real candidate. I'm not making this up. That's a real candidate.
What?
Oh, he It was a spoof candidate that came third.
See that whoa nice. But I my question isn't even who is that. My question is what is that?
It's like I think it's something like a mixture of Darth Vader and a garbage bin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a coal burning chimney.
I think it's a dollar store Darth Vader. I think that's like his lore or something like that.
Damn, that guy actually came third. Nice.
No,
Not
that's how
bad.
see that's how bad your options are that you choose this guy as third.
Damn.
Also that we have no Germans and a furry. That is a furry, right?
That's wait. I can't.
Like I'm looking at it here.
Because
see,
it could be weirdly enough, it could be like winter camo or like snow camo or something
no,
like
it's
that.
not. It doesn't look like camel because it has a lion face. It has like a bear lion face.
Yeah, the face is what I'm not able to figure out where what is in the face. The image is, the resolution is a bit small.
It's possible that you heard about the legendary Polish bear, right? So okay, so for
I think I might have.
context, there was a bear that served in the Polish military and later Polish resistance against the Germans.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen the there's photos of that thing, right?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
possible.
I've seen it.
So it's possible that this is one of the attempts at catching said legendary polar bear, the Polish bear. They're like, what if we got a guy dressed up as a female bear? Maybe it'll work. I mean,
Okay, I guess.
it's a different time, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
So
Got it.
people see it's a time when people thought you can make monkey human super soldiers. So
Yeah.
here it is. This is like the perfect if your custom character showing in the cutscene. Let me just throw this. I'll send it to you and I'll post it up. Where is it? Yeah. And I'll post it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the OG. This should have been the OG meme template.
Are they? How did this guy take the photo? He's taken the photo midway into the mortar being is the either the mortar has just been left on the top of the tube and is going in, or even worse, it is coming out.
I think it's coming out. No, it's
And this
going
guy
in.
is standing in the direction of the.
So it's going in because there's no explosive, push up.
Yeah, there's no like smoke or anything behind it, so I feel like it's going in. But this guy is literally standing on top of a ditch with which has a mortar in it, which is pointing in the direction of the camera.
No, see, most probably he did it for the best pick. Okay.
Dude, my guy risking his life over here. Nat Geo photographers in 1940s.
Now just look at the bear.
Ay. How is that thing so chill?
Dude, it's a bear that's served in the military. Of course, it's gonna be chill.
Yeah, but I'm trying to have like normally I'm trying to like a normal sane person. I'm getting like the common sense thing where an animal would get shit scared with like that loud of a sound next to it. Like any animal would want to like move around with that much noise.
I mean, it's a well-trained bear. That's
It's just sad that like I feel like that like slow heavy voice like hello.
It's more like wait a bit. Someone rode the bear. That's like the most baddest Polish thing I can think of.
I see. This is the times where the what was that Balu Balu
Yeah.
participated in the military.
Now, apparently, the bear had a thing for cigarettes as well.
Oh, that many I've seen many animals have that thing where they are
They get addicted to
given
the
cigarettes.
substances, but still have like. Wait a minute, the bear got drunk as well.
Yeah, that I knew. I knew the bear got drunk. I didn't know about the cigarettes.
I didn't know about the bear got drunk, but I'm just looking at the cigarettes right now. Okay, so Silver asked me to send stuff that I didn't show on stream, and I sent him the no Germans and the furry. His reaction is funny. Okay, here you go. The bear chilling in a motorcycle.
Oh, I found the thing.
You found the thing, send it over.
I know. I found the legged turret.
Oh yeah, that I've seen. The one with the guy who's running with the turret at top.
Yeah, no, but there's how do I put this?
There's a
There's
better
the
one.
game version, but then there's in the same image it also has the damn bear be looking fine. In the same image there's like the oh my goodness, what is this? What kind of a file format is this? I think I didn't check the file format. Annoying little file format.
Orcos, Monster Hunter, Mary fuck kill. What's he gonna do? What's Orcos gonna do with the monsters?
Huh?
Orcos is gonna go on
Damn.
stream. His stream name is Monster Hunter, Mary fuck kill.
Oh, I know what he's gonna do.
What's
He's
he
gonna do literally. It's literally what the title says.
Oh no. I feel bad
It's
for
quite
him.
literally what the title says.
So Fuji, who's the true monster?
Yeah. This is the thing, by the way.
Let me see.
There's somebody who made like a
Oh, I've
cardboard
seen
version.
this. Let me just post this on.
And then, even this thing. Okay, I found like a completely different. I found the most accurate. How do I put this? The most morale boosting gun sight.
Wait, what? Is it one with anime girls? Because that's a thing now these days.
Oh no! I mean, yeah. See, that's the gun. It's painted in that like whatever that anime kind of stuff. I'm not talking about that. I specifically said morale boosting gun sight, not the whole gun.
Okay.
The gun is fine. It's just the most like you won't miss.
And the weed kid likes guns. Yeah, I've seen this. I'm not posting up because
The funniest thing is that's not in the center.
when the weed kid likes guns.
The heart hole isn't actually in the center.
Now let me see that. It's the angle he's lifted it at. I can't tell for sure because I'm not sure if the scope.
No,
is open.
even on the angle, the heart should have been in line with the. Okay, so the next to the thumb where you can see the straight line.
Yeah.
On like just before the buttstock starts, like the cylinder of the straight line. The heart should have been more on the right on top of the straight line.
On the right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not in the center, because if you see the tactical rail, if you draw a straight line from it, it goes between her hand and her chin or cheek. So that's not even in the center. That's not even accurate.
Fuji, you think this kid knows that you can aim?
You're gonna miss all your shots.
Oh yeah, I found one that you would like.
The kid's gonna miss all his like Moe Kyun shots.
It's in relation to the bet.
Oh, that's so sweet. Watch tech.
Watch tech, the bet. The soldier bet. Okay,
Nice.
he survived the war.
Oh, the meme is fantastic.
Watch tech survived the war.
Nice.
He passed away aged 21 in Edinburgh Zoo, Scotland. Okay, what a bear, man, what a bear.
Respect.
And where was he born? Okay, capital. He was born in Iran.
I feel like after a while he would have even started like clearly, very clearly understanding like which soldier is which and stuff like that.
Of course he knows who.
Like in terms of sides.
See, however, bears are capable of recognizing individual people. Like the thing about a bear is that it will have the intelligence of a human child. And human children are highly capable of differentiating different people. So identifying like obvious symbols, like that no Germans stuck out because of the uniforms. I'm quite sure the bear knows.
That's one awesome bear.
Canvas or do something. Okay. Oh, so the bear. So he carried ammunition.
Oh, okay. He supported in like logistical terms.
So what happened was the bear mimicked the soldiers. When he saw the men lifting crates, he copied them. So Wodstech carried boxes.
That's weirdly, it's very cute.
So Wodstech carried boxes that normally required 4 men, which he would stack onto a truck or other ammunition boxes. This service at Monte Casino earned him promotion to the rank of corporal in recognition of Wodstech's popularity. A depiction of a bear carrying artillery shell was adopted as the official emblem of the 22nd Company. That's the unit the bear was attached to.
Sweet, nice.
So the bear was basically a mascot for the unit. That proved its worth. Okay, so after end of World War II, 1945, Wodstech was transported to Buckinghamshire, Scotland, with the rest of the 22nd Company. That's I'm just speaking out of assumption here. It's possible that the Poles defected. Like, see, the thing about the Poland was it was occupied by the Soviets, and they put their own puppet government till I think 1980 something, 1988 or something like that. So it's possible that these Poles, weren't happy going back to that. So it went to Buckinghamshire, Scotland, with the rest of the 22nd Company. They were stationed at the Winfield, or maybe the 22nd is a British unit. Let me check. Oh yeah, 22nd is Polish. So yeah, now my initial assumption might be correct.
I see.
So he became so popular among local civilians and the press, and the Polish Scottish Association made him an honorary member.
Hey.
Dude,
nice.
So it's Persian immigrant. Like, oh,
Oh, wait, the bear was from Persia?
yeah, the bear was born in Iran. 1942.
Damn!
Hamadan, Iran.
Dude, that bear traveled and saw more of the world than I've ever seen.
Okay, so
Dude, starting off in Iran and ending off in Scotland, fantastic life journey, man.
so the thing is, the bear was picked up in Iran by the Polish forces. So like after Poland was occupied, so Poland was split into two by the no Germans and the Soviets. So the no Germans took the western part and the Soviets took the eastern part. So there was part of Anderson's army, which was the Polish resistance, which fled to Iran, left the Soviet Union to Iran.
Hmm.
And they kind of picked up this bear over there
I see.
and took it with them during the during the Allied invasion of Italy.
Hmm.
Now what a bear!
Damn.
And you know
That bear had an interesting life, to say the least.
No, the fine thing, the bear has a marble statue in the place where the battle happened.
Oh wow.
I heard there's like quite a lot of places. It has a memorial in the Imperial War Museum.
Nice.
Damn, what a bear!
That bear saw some shit.
Okay, and the bear wrestled with the Polish soldiers for the fun of it.
Hey, recreation.
I mean,
Nothing dangerous here.
Okay, so it enjoys smoking and eating cigarettes.
Eating? Oh.
It's a bear. He enjoys smoke. Okay, so Wojciech initially had problems swallowing. He was fed condensed milk from an old vodka bottle. He subsequently gave fruit, marmalade, honey and syrup. He was subsequently given fruit marmalade, honey and syrup. He was often rewarded with beer, which became his favorite drink.
Oh.
He later also enjoyed smoking or eating cigarettes, as well as drinking coffee in the mornings. He also slept with the soldiers if they were ever cold at night.
Damn. It's like a mascot, pillow, logistics support, everything all rolled in one.
Okay, with the 22nd Company, he moved to Iraq and through Syria, Palestine and Egypt.
Dude, this guy roamed around the world.
No, he went with the entire unit. I guess better, okay? Wojciech copied the other soldiers drinking beer, smoking and even marching alongside them on his hind legs because he saw them do so.
My god, that bear taught itself more discipline than many armies have today.
I'm telling you, I'm actually surprised the bear didn't start shooting artillery.
I mean, yeah, if the bear could have done that, you could have had one like very efficient artillery unit.
An army of bears.
It's just a bear picks up one round like every 2 seconds and chucks it and then just fires it.
Yeah, it's like the perfect, you know.
It's for the bear. It'll probably like picking up a water bottle, like a flask, and shoving it in the barrel and be like, "Yep."
I mean, if you actually think about it, monkey super soldiers, nah, bear super soldiers, now that's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you do know there's like a Russian Avengers kind of a thing, right?
Oh no, we do not talk about that. I've seen it.
Yeah, it has the bear.
I mean, he starts off as a furry when he's mad. It's basically the Hulk. It's like the dollar store Hulk.
Yeah, dollar store.
So it's something like this. When he's mad, his head turns into a bear. Okay, it's like he's a furry. And when he gets really mad, you may expect something cool. Now, he's like a complete bear.
Mm.
If you actually look at it, it's like a proper propaganda film. I've seen it.
Mm.
I mean, the reason they are the reason for the bear is that Russia's national symbol.
Mm.
Like we have one character who just happens to be a ballerina because Russian ballerinas.
Mm.
I do that. Have you seen the end credit scene for that?
I don't
yeah,
remember. I can't. I'm losing brain cells.
I mean, it's like their version to start the MCU.
I see.
I mean, their MCU. So they're ending like name drop some guy, and unlike Marvel characters who the comic book fans know, everyone's like who? I'm like who? I'm like you name drop a guy and I'm supposed to recognize him. You get what I mean, right? Like who?
Yeah.
I'll say Russian films are wild. I've seen one where aliens invade Moscow and the Gopniks in Moscow beat the crap out of the aliens.
Damn.
It's like
Damn. That's something.
it's Russia. That's Russia for you. There was something
It's
along
just-
the lines of
you just make all the aliens drunk on vodka or something.
No, it goes something like a guy beats an alien to death using a pipe, and his line something along his dialogue something along the lines of, "You're from outer space, I'm from 3rd Street."
Wait, he beats an alien with like a metal pipe?
Yeah, metal pipe. Because I assume that's a
Yeah,
Russian
the
thing.
alien has all that technology to come, do interstellar travel and come to your planet and land. And what? You beat it with a pipe.
No, yeah,
Dude, somebody show Marvel this. They had it all wrong with all the they putting so much effort killing Tony Stark. That was too much effort.
no, you haven't seen the half of it yet. The line is something like, "You're from outer space, I'm from 3rd Street," or something like that. So, Russian cinema is wild.
That feels like you put like some sort of a Godfather dialogue accidentally in you just drop that guy into an alien invasion isekai.
I mean, based on his behavior, it looked like he worked for the Russian mob. Just
Now I'm just imagining a guy holding like a gun in front of an alien, be like, "Say hello to my little friend."
say hello to my little friend Tommy.
Tommy the Thompson.
Thomas. Like I kind of want to watch more crappy movies, if that even makes sense.
No, it does make sense. Yeah,
I mean,
it makes sense.
I mean, it's like
I wanna laugh. Yeah.
I want to laugh at some stupidity. The thing is, it's like when you have films that clearly tends to. See, propaganda sometimes it's a bad rap, but they tend to push the nationalistic agenda. It's actually funny when when you can clearly see it. Like, yeah, come on, someone from suburban Moscow beating the crap out of an interstellar species. That's. Thing is.
After he beats him up, he's like, your blood is what? Your blood is like green colored mush. My blood is alcohol.
The thing is, he says that line and beats the alien. The alien's like looking at him. No, just give me a.
That's some stuff worth watching.
It's like Indian films, okay, like not the big ones. If you look at smaller
Oh
ones,
yeah.
it's the same. You have a cheesy line, and unlike other countries, we don't have aliens.
I don't know. Recently, I don't know what I was watching. I think I just saw like a small clip. I'd seen that before, but then I saw somebody from like US or somewhere reacting to it.
RRR, is it
It
triple
was
R?
no, it wasn't RRR. It was a scene where it was a heart transplant scene.
Oh, the Telugu movie. I've seen that. Is it the? Is it the
Either
sponge
either
cover?
the person like puts their hand, like they're fighting out on the street. There's somebody who needs a heart for surgery. Either the person puts their hand in somebody else's body, or the person who's anyway like badly hurt, wounded after a fight, he puts, like Tony, like as if he's Tony Stark. He puts his hand in his chest, pulls out his heart, he just chucks the heart. And the funniest stuff, like, okay, it's already like not logical. It's like a 2D PNG in a movie. It's flying through the air, and the funniest part for me was not that it crossed the window, fell into the body, and just automatically started beating. It fell into like a hole in the chest of the patient, and it started beating. The funniest thing was the heart smashed the glass clean and then landed in.
Oh, so there's a
And then
parody
it
of,
started beating.
no, there's a parody of that where instead of him ripping it out of someone else, there's a parody film of that where
I
he makes
see.
like a sponge cut out of it, paints it and everything, and then the exact same thing happens.
Hmm.
And then once it goes inside the said transplantee's womb, it immediately starts green lights like start coming bright. The doctor gets this big ass needle, like 10 inches long, and starts stitching
Oh
it.
my goodness.
This is the parody, not the real one. The real one is a real heart.
Hmm.
It's like when the parody seems more less absurd than the real thing, you know you've reached peak comedy.
Ay.
You get what I mean, right? When you realize that parody is more realistic than the real thing,
Yeah.
you reach peak comedy. See, RRR also, despite like, I think that's like the first time our Western films have been exposed to this sort of absurdity. But come on, you've seen it, right?
I feel like I mean, I didn't see the movie. I've seen like long enough clips of it.
Same.
So I've seen the wild bits, yes.
Have you seen the wild animals eat up the Brits?
Oh yeah. I think I saw that.
Or these two guys basically climbing on each other like Goro from Mortal Kombat. Or the unnecessary love interest. If they are Brits, you need a white love interest because
Oh, I didn't see that part. I just saw like the old ultra wild like action kind of stuff.
I saw I've seen enough clips to basically say I saw the entire film.
Mm.
It's something.
Yeah, true. I
It's
agree.
something. See, everyone was like the rest of the world was so fascinated by it. We see that every day.
Mm.
Like let's be honest here. We've seen stuff like that. We see stuff like that on a regular basis.
Yep.
Like that's the norm for us.
Also, this is just something I came across. It's on you. You don't necessarily need to show it. It's nothing bad. It's something amazing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just I was like, I'll just share this. The quality on that thing.
Is that okay? Okay, the Sukhoi 35. Is that 30 or 35? I can't see if it has a canal.
30 is 30. It's 30.
30. Okay.
The canals are on the legs. The canals are on the legs. I think.
Shit. I didn't read the bottom right corner. It says Sukhoi
Yeah,
30.
yeah.
I went straight to trying to figure out what it is. And what thing that feels
And the 35 doesn't have like twin canopy. It has single pilot.
Yeah, single pilot. But it feels more Soviet than Russian. I give the Soviet vibe more than Russian.
Yes, yeah, it feels more 27 than 30.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
I guess it's the color scheme.
No, not just the color scheme. Look at her hat.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
clearly
that's
Soviet,
it.
not Russian.
I mean, that's probably like because of the anime influences.
I mean, people tend to interchange Soviet Union and Russia. So,
Yeah.
like, even though even if the Russians want to, the current Russian Federation wants to stick to the fact that they're the same thing, they're clearly not. They're two drastically different governments. One's a communist, empire. The other one is oligarchic, whatever they are.
Whatever they are.
I mean, you can't call them a regional. At this point, you can't even call them a regional power. Like, think about it. Like, now let's say Russia goes to a meeting and says, "Listen here, if you guys don't listen to me, I will invade you." What do you think the other country will say?
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm really like, if you have the balls, come invade us. Come on, I dare you. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna, like, it's reached the point where they're seen as the laughing stock. In fact, they're seen as a joke among their own people at this point. Because of all the people, Kazarov has no right to criticize Putin, but here he is going around. If it was up to me, we would have never retreated. You know who I'm talking about, right? The Chechen guy. And his logic is he's been on the field, so he knows what's going on. I'm like, dude, you've been in the studio.
Studio.
Yeah, he was actually in the studio. He thinks he's in the. I'm like, so what happened was he claimed to be in the studio. He claimed to be in Ukraine, like Kiev. And dumbass forgot to remove his geolocation data from the picture posted on Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
So Ukraine journalists pointed out, like, that guy's chilling out in Chechnya. And you know what his reaction was? Like, they said like I was in Ukraine, but my media team's in Chechnya, so that's why they posted it. That's why I came out like, nope. He said, I'm spiritually with my men who are fighting in Ukraine.
What did he say?
He's spiritually with his men who are in Ukraine.
Oh my god. Sure.
As Nux would say, la cringe.
At this point, whatever, sure.
Like, he could have easily come up with much better lies. Like the one I came up with, like, I didn't even think about it, just randomly pull this I randomly came up with this. You can easily say that, listen here, I don't post it directly, it goes to my media team who are still at home.
Yep.
That case, see, sure, people are gonna call him a liar, but
he still had, like, he could have used benefit of doubt if he had said something.
No, not just that, his people would believe him. Now it's reached a point where even his people are like, what an asshole. Yeah, sure, people who know him know that he's full of shit, but you get what I mean, right? You could have saved some, I know, whatever dignity you had left. If he went to Ukraine, you know what would happen to him? If he ever went to Ukraine, so his shoes are worth $400. The boots he was wearing, I think it's $400 Prada.
What?
The combat boots he was wearing was a $400 Prada boots. The moment he lands in Ukraine,
his shoes are gone.
No, not just his shoes. He's gone there. Like the Russian forces there who are loyal to the Russian Federation, not the Chechnya. They'll shoot him, take his shoes, and be like, the Ukrainians shot him.
They'll be like, yes, war supplies.
They'll be like, as the commanding officer said, loot Ukrainian villages for food. You too can loot your. You too can loot.
You too can.
See what happens?
Oh, no.
He's a guy who's not well liked among Russians because funny thing is he murdered an FSB officer during his early days. And it's not like classified or allegedly murdered. It's like a fact. Everyone knows he murdered an FSB officer due to some clan rivalry. So this FSB guy was another Chechen, but from a different clan or something like that. So I had this guy killed. And the only reason he's not being prosecuted by the FSB, that FSB hasn't taken him out, is because sugar daddy Putin protects him. But when it comes to comes to intelligence agencies, if you take out one of their men, they're going to come out for blood.
Yeah.
So the only thing keeping what call that the FSB away from giving him a nice dose of polonium is Putin. And if he starts bad mouthing Putin, you know what happens, right? And he doesn't even have to order anything. He just has to stop protecting him. And he disappears. Another thing is he's let's just say he's not really friendly with the Russian Attorney General.
I see.
As in that's my nice way of that's a decent way of saying he's under investigation for criminal conduct by the Russian government.
That's funny. A guy who's publicly known to have murdered your country's intelligence guy is under investigation.
No, the thing is, it's not like he's from a neighboring country and thing. It's like, how I put this in context. Let's say the CM of some state in Tamil Nadu. No, not Tamil Nadu. CM of some state in India. I'm not going to point states. Decides to murder a CBI officer. Like cold-bloodedly murder him, not covered up and anything. Just does it and publicly brags about it. And he said CM regularly violates central government laws pertaining to torturing minorities or the LGBTQ community. Do you think the central government just sit by and be like, nah, I'll be fine?
No.
That's what Putin's been doing, be like, nah, I'll be fine. So this guy regularly breaks Russian law, and so people from outside tend to see everything as a unified thing, but it's actually more divided. So I was like, either he'll be taken out or he'll just make enough noise that it could cause issues in Chechnya. I don't know, man, just getting fun.
Yeah. We'll see what this all comes out to be.
I mean, they could always send the other 200 aircraft they have patrolling the other parts to Ukraine. Just saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different directions this could go in.
I mean, but if they do that, who's going to invade? Nippon will finally remove this kawaii anime thing. They'll bring out the samurai sword and their IJA uniform.
They'll go in with that gun sight.
So what will happen is these guys will they'll be like, Nippon ain't gonna attack. We'll send all our forces to Ukraine. Nippon, Japan will just remove their kawaii, anime waifu.
No, it's like they won't remove it. It's like the anime waifu painted planes will go and land.
They'll just go on bombing runs over Russia. It's like everyone will take pot shots at Russia.
They just all like each bomb, like one bomb named after one anime waifu.
What Asuna?
Yeah. Okay. I had Asuna in my mind, but I didn't get her full name, so I was not saying. How did you get Asuna immediately?
Yeah, see, that's like one of the most popular ones.
Why did both of us go immediately to Asuna?
No, Asuna is like one of the most popular ones.
Oh my god.
And see, the only reason right now no one's attacking Russia is the nukes.
Yeah.
The moment they lost, the moment they went into Ukraine, realistically, if they had no nukes, the moment they entered Ukraine, every country bordering them, that's basically every country that has a border dispute with them, that's basically every country that borders them, will decide that now's the time.
They have one very powerful country bordering them.
What, China?
Yep.
And see, China, the Chinese are smart. They won't attack. They'll just wait for the Russians to destroy themselves, which they're actually doing. That's their strategy. So to watch, hypothetically, in the Cyprus situation where there are no nukes whatsoever, the Chinese will just offer what call that material support to the other countries like Japan, what call it, Mongolia, the Stan family.
Yeah.
They'll give material support to those countries, and at the same time they'll be like, listen here, Russia, we're willing to help set up negotiations. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Business to the end core.
no, it's less business, more like when your enemy is making a mistake, don't interrupt them. Like Chinese warfare, it's based purely on deception. Like all you have to do is try to push the narrative that you're not the one that wants this, even though you're the one that wants it. Because truthfully speaking, like if you're gonna go with the Chinese strategy, like the way they operate, and the way they've operated for hundreds if not thousands of years, is that like they were aware that Russia's gonna invade Ukraine. So from a purely Western perspective, like how Western strategy works, you would assume that China wants Russia to succeed because they're supporting them. But the truth is, China wants Russia to fail. Due to one simple thing, Russia and China have been enemies ever since the Cold War. Ever since Mao decided that Stalin wasn't worth his support. And even before that, the Chinese believe on the assumption that the Russian Empire, not the Soviets, the Russian Empire, which later became the Soviet Union, was partially responsible for their suffering. What they like to call the century of humiliation.
Oh, I see.
So it's like their way to eliminate one enemy. So they eliminated the Soviet Union. Like despite them both being communists, they saw the Soviet Union as a threat. So their plan was to pit the Americans against the Soviets and see who wins, and then eliminate whoever comes on top. Like the entire thing is, we waited for 100 years. We could wait for 100 more years. Like compared to let's say other autocrats, like each one wants to succeed in that journey. But the Chinese, on the other hand,
it's like more like a genetic autocracy.
No, it's not genetic. It's more like
it gets passed on. It's not like selfish. Like, oh no, I want it all.
No, that's because the Chinese, at least Chinese leadership, they don't see themselves as the bad guys. They see themselves as necessary. Like what happens is they see the West as for 100 years later, from their perspective, they were brought down from a great empire to a poor nation. It's now their time to fight back what's rightfully theirs, bring back what's rightfully theirs. They do not want to invade. Like if you look at the British Empire, they want to invade. These guys have no intention of invading. They just want a China-centric world, where Chinese values are the one that's dominant around the world.
Got it.
They want to be the middle kingdom. So Russia came up as a little hiccup in the middle. Russia became a regional power that kind of contends with them. So what better way to do than help your enemy make a mistake? Not even to stop him, just help him make a mistake. And boom, the Russians fucked up. The Russians are now in a war that they cannot win. And initially support them, and the moment they looks like it's beneficial for you to back off. Now the Russians would be eliminated. The world to an extent would be they'll congratulate China, in this case India as well, for finally standing up. And now we have one big threat removed. Because even if Russia as a country has managed to stick together, they'll be severely weakened by the end of this.
Yeah, true.
Because look at they're giving IOUs to Iran and North Korea. They're not even paying that. So the deal with the Iranians is, you give us armament, we promise that we'll give you Sukhoi 35s for free.
Yeah, isn't the Sukhoi the one? Yeah, even that Sukhoi. It's not that they want to give it to them. If I remember correctly, they wanted to sell it to the Egyptians. But because of all of this now, they can't give it to them.
I think it's Sukhoi 35 that they don't give it to anyone. You're talking about the Sukhoi 30. That's a different deal.
No. I'm talking about the 35. The Chinese and the Egyptians have them.
No, does Egypt? Let me check Egypt.
They have the Sukhoi 35s. They have a small batch, but then the Egyptians also bought Rafales at the same time, and they pit their Sukhoi 35s against their own Rafales, and they realized the Sukhoi 35s were shit.
I mean,
So they didn't want those planes. On top of which, now because of all of this, you can't really have a
let
transaction
me check.
unless you
Are we
get
talking
hit
about
with sanctions.
they have Sukhoi 35s?
Yeah. The Russians managed to sell it to 2 countries before this started.
No, but the thing is, my question is, see, Russia has an issue with a lack of equipment right now. Why don't they just use said Sukhoi 35s? You know, since they actually need it. Or maybe it's possible that they really need ammunition more than they need. You know.
It's probably like the low end weaponry and like low end, yeah, like you said. I think they need like
Ammunition.
shells and bullets and stuff like that more. That's what they're in requirement of more.
But the entire thing is basically the meme. How the turntables.
Mm.
That's North Korea and Iran now. Well, look who wants to buy ammunition from us. The most ironic thing would be that ammunition that they're buying from the Iranians are stuff that they sold to the Iranians back in the day, or the North Koreans back in the day.
Damn.
So these guys are actually selling it at a profit.
Nice.
So they have like huge stockpile of.
That's literally like if you had to really water down and dumb down stock appreciation.
In a way, yes, but thing about stocks is it's an open market. It's like Harvard. Like you're a guy who bought a shit ton of.
That's like stock appreciation as in stock of a company. This is stock appreciation as an ammunition stock.
It's like more like you know that one guy who invests in random shit and everyone will laugh at him.
Yeah.
That's Iran right now. Iran's like, listen here, you guys thought I sucked, but look at me. I invested in Pokemon cards and look, I'm rich. Because
Pokemon cards.
it's like, I don't know. Like I know I'm gonna die. We're gonna jump away from Iranian weapons to Pokemon cards, but around 2018, 19, Pokemon cards as an investment was actually a thing.
Yeah, I remember, like, even though I'm not into Pokemon almost at all, I remember like people being like, oh yeah, this specific model from this specific year and so this card is worth so many $1,000. I was like, excuse me?
See, I have a Pikachu.
$1,000?
Actually, I have a Pikachu that's worth like $300.
Damn.
No, see, I bought it when I was a kid. I just happened to have it.
No, I mean that's lucky for you. That's the best kind of investment.
No, but the problem with Pokemon cards is at any point Nintendo can derail the entire market.
Oh yeah. Hey.
See, it's not like there's a year stuck to the print on the Pokemon card. There's nothing of that sort. So it's
Imagine people are now started carbon dating Pokemon cards.
I mean, how I put, you can do it for such a short range, but they will like hire specialists who don't go through the dirt. They'll be like, based on this level of dirt, this printed paper. I hear
they'll be like, there's salt sediment from 2000 so and so about from so and so flood. So this is of this year.
I mean, that's the only way that you can prove it, because unlike let's say currency notes and all that, which has a date printed on it, and even if it doesn't have a date, there'll be a record of what year this design was printed in. Or let's even take postage stamps. Each design is unique. Like each series, maybe the series will last 5 years, maybe it'll last a few months, but each series is unique. Coins, notes, all that. But Pokemon cards is an exclusive thing done by Mattel. No, not Mattel. I mean Nintendo and certain countries in association with Mattel Incorporated. So at any point they'll be like, you know what, since people love these Pokemon cards so much, they're making videos about, let's just print more ones.
I heard about this. I feel like I'm much more of a weirdly I'm in a more of a niche in terms of like collectible toyish kind of items because I have like two very old Transformer series collectibles, which last I checked on the market, they have like how do I put this? They've gone to the point where now they're like collectibles with appreciating value.
Now see,
I'm like,
think
yes.
think about collectibles. It's a niche collectible thing. That's the whole point of collectibles.
Yeah.
Like, see, I have like a shit
I'm
ton
like,
of
yes, become more desperate for this thing.
See, I have a collection of rare Lego sets, like a discontinued series.
Oh, I always, it was all my dream to have what was the name of the ship? Vanguard class?
No, I don't have that. I had a couple of Bionicle models.
Oh, the Bionicles, okay.
Yeah, so I have the old classic
Is
ones.
Bionicles as a whole series still continuing? I felt like the whole thing was just shut down.
No, it was shut down, and I think they've restarted it now. But you can
Okay,
clearly see
okay.
you can clearly see the difference.
Hmm.
But the thing about that is, even if they restart it, they make it a point to make sure that each series is what we call visibly different. Like the moment you look at it,
Okay.
you know that it's part of the different series, even though it's the same character or same bottle.
Hmm.
Like the
It's
twin-
like JoJo.
No, it's exactly like JoJo.
Hmm.
But if you look, let me take. Oh man, I'm just looking at Amazon right now. Pokemon cards. Then at 350, it's actually pretty cheap. Not gonna lie. Wait. Like, you know the old series, they actually have it.
Oh?
What the old series? You know the classic I was talking about.
Yeah.
They're
Old
reprinting it.
Bionicle.
Like
Whoa, let's go!
what I said, like Metal's gonna, like, Nintendo's gonna look at it and be like, you know what, people love it so much, let's make more of it. I said it as a joke, they're actually doing it.
Nice. See, now that's something when the community says something and the company does, people love it.
No, see,
They love to see that.
See, the reason is, let's say hypothetically, like Transformers or Bionicles or whatever, the same thing happens. Some guy on YouTube like starts an entire economy selling this to kids. Now what's gonna happen? The car, like Lego Incorporated or Metal season, they'll be like, wait a minute, people love this stuff, let's bring it back. Because for
Like,
them,
wait a minute, this is the good shit in the market. This is the hot shit. Okay.
because from their perspective, they couldn't care less about the uniqueness. Like, they're not making antiques; they're selling toys or product.
They should, all these companies should have like a, what do you call it? They should have like a retro, like sub brand.
Don't you worry. If it makes money, they'll do it. Let me say Prime delivery free by Friday, September 23rd. Let me see how many cards is there. You know what? I think I might buy it.
Yeah, let's go!
39 plus stand, but no, they're actually selling it at inflated price.
Capitalism!
Okay, so it's 30 standard cards plus 2 gold cards, one booster packet cards, and it's too expensive. I remember it was like 200 rupees per pack.
Wait, how much is it now?
About 500.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, see,
Yep.
it's inflation. I said it's like normal inflation. And it comes
Funny thing is, like, the only thing I would have never expected to actually get cheaper got cheaper.
What's
Like,
that?
there's, I don't know which company specifically, but one of those, like, professional model kits company, they used to have, like, an aircraft carrier, like a full aircraft carrier kit, which is like 2.5 feet or 3 feet.
Okay.
And this is like the accurate stuff, so not like wonky toys kind of stuff.
Okay.
And this is years back. This is like at least close to a decade back. I saw it at a place. I was very interested in it. And then I looked at the price. It was 10,000 bucks.
I think now it'll be 8,000 because not many people they really want to sell it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I assumed, just like Pokemon cards and everything else, I assumed it might have gone up. And then I talked to somebody who sells it recently. Like, Oh, I can sell it to you for 40% cheaper. I was like, what?
No, it's because no one wants it because it's too expensive. So you have to sell it, cheaper. Let me see if Yu-Gi-Oh cards are still in the market. Holy shit, Yu-Gi-Oh cards have become expensive.
Oh, it's shifted to, if I'm not wrong, it's started with Pokemon and then now it's shifted to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Holy shit.
If I'm not wrong, also this thing has also seen a resurgence.
Beyblade.
What was no, not Beyblade. Beyblade, how do I put this? Beyblade doesn't really fully die ever. That's just the unique thing about it. But no, the ball thingy, you like, there's like a magnetic transforming ball and it goes on the card. I had one of those.
Yeah, I've heard
And
of
it
it. So
transformed into like dragons, and we used to watch that show. I had one of those as well. I forgot what was the Bakugan. No, Bakugan.
Bakugan.
Yeah, Bakugan.
Now the thing about Bakugan is it's not my generation. It's like one generation below me. Like I've seen people use it, but the people who are around my age group didn't use it. It's like 2 years younger, 2-3 years younger than me.
Like recently, very recently on like Insta and everything, I started seeing like Bakugan coming back. I was like, oh, interesting. That's something that I didn't see coming.
So Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck is 2,799 rupees.
Oh.
So individual cards are like going up to 3,000 per unit.
Oh shit. This is the new physical crypto.
Nah, this is clearly crypto. Like training cards, freezing chain structure, okay, multicolor, 3,000, 1,000. The one card is for goes for 2,000. One card. I know it's a rare card, but still. See, I thought like so.
I mean, it's one piece of paper.
No, so what I was thinking is like, you know what? Maybe.
Wait, is it the website is Indian or is it the website is foreign?
Nah, I'm looking at Amazon.
Yeah, but is it .com or .in?
.in.
What? So people are actually buying it, that means.
People are collecting this shit. Yeah. So
What?
So the thing is, the Egyptian gods 3 rare gods 7,330.
What the frick?
I remember when kids used to like toss it at each other like like cheap change. They used to give each other change like cheap change.
Oh, this is literally like one of those what was that? One of those Bitcoin stories where back in the day when Bitcoin wasn't worth shit, people were giving for competitions and stuff. People were giving like 20-30 Bitcoins as runner-up prizes.
No, but the problem with stuff like this is it's expensive, but the liquidity of stuff like this is pretty rare. They're pretty high. See, I can listen to Amazon, but it'll take some time for people to buy it. It's not like stocks, like where people will immediately buy it. 1,500, 1,100, 6,400.
Ooh.
One card. You know what, Fuji, that's it. We're going to start making fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
We're gonna put a factory down. We're gonna put a factory down.
Call up anyone we know. We're gonna make fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, we'll get all the different experts in.
So now I'm talk it out loud. I actually heard about a case where people were making fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, you know what? I feel like in our hypothetical situation, I feel like we should have like a small R&D department as well, which looks at which cards are gonna pop up. So we can have the same manufacturing plant. We can switch which cards we fake manufacture.
See, the thing is, it's obvious that the first generation ones are the expensive ones, and the ones that are ultra rare, like we can get the designs. We just have to make sure that they pass for the original. And to make things better, we'll just get someone to rub some sandpaper on to make it look old.
We'll just have like a sandpaper belt, and we'll have these things on a suction cup. It just for like 2 seconds or something. They just stay right on top of the belt for like half a second.
But the thing is, we shouldn't industrialize it a bit too much, because if we do that, they'll all look the same. We gotta randomize it. We need elements present.
Oh yeah, it has to be like unique scratches.
Yeah. Unique scratches, unique, you know, unique stains, stuff like that. Okay, so I found one Pokemon set of, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 1, it's 30, random 50. Okay, this one's reasonable. $3.99 for 50 cards.
Oh.
It's not like I'm gonna buy it, even though I'm tempted. Not as an investment, just as a, you know, a childhood nostalgia. But, you know.
That's the same logic I gave to, well, not exactly to prove it. I was straight up with it that I wanted those Transformers for childhood nostalgia. But to, how to put this, get it across to the table to actually work and for the finances to be released, I had to put in like an added extra salt of, oh look, this thing is like a collectible item, the value is gonna appreciate.
Wait a minute, are these old cards? Because I don't think Nintendo's selling it, because I think it's like resellers.
Okay.
Because it's some brand called VB. I think someone's selling off their old used. Back when Pokemon cards were the thing, every store had a shit ton of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure they have more than they need. Now they're just selling them. But I'm like, how did Pokemon became the physical crypto? Because if I actually think about it, it has no physical. It has no.
But how do I put this? If we think about it, even in terms of digital, I think Pokemon beat, like it made the system before the system actually got made. Like this mad level of hype. The first time I saw it as a non-Pokemon person was with Pokemon Go. So it's something digital.
See, Pokemon Go was actually a game, like, you know. But yes, the cards grew traction because of the game.
Yeah.
Because see, till that, everyone
Like,
more or less heard of Pokemon.
The part where like proper industries and companies and systems are still suffering, Pokemon has managed to do that, like to bring something from digital value to like physical.
The thing about Pokemon is like everyone knew Pokemon was a thing. But you know, like Pokemon became a popular thing thanks to Pokemon Go. Till then it was like a niche thing that only nerds played. So that's the thing, like. Anyway, I think we can end it off here. It's getting a bit late. And I'm now gonna go and do calculations of Pokemon cards.
But yeah, in that case, well, thank you very much for having me. That
Thanks
was
again for joining.
one versatile, diverse stream we had.
Oh, wait, sorry. Shit. It's just a book. I thought. So there was a thing called Kazus. That's like circular Pokemon cards. They used to come in like chips packets in the Middle East.
Oh, I think that we had those here as well.
No, you might have had that because I know, like from eBay, I know that it was there in Poland. You know what? I'll share this for next stream. We can just discuss that this stream. I'm gonna end it in 3, 2, 1. Thanks again, chat. I mean, mostly I'll do one on the stream next week. I'll try to make it a thing. So I'm ending in 3, 2, 1.